the Grunfeld is a very good opening for those of you who are striving to get a double age.
In this video we're going to look at the latest developments in the 6 bishop g5 knight off.
I'm gonna start with sort of my first official Stonewall game.
The idea is not to fight against any opponent move, prevent everything, defend and so on. No, it's just to move.
Okay, so let's send a challenge.
Here is challenging. Nice graphics, easy to see. Oh, what are you thinking about? You're looking how it can be the most painful?
Exactly. Okay, fine.
That I give him up a phone. He wants to be even rude.
B3, A5. What do you think about this opening? Honestly, what do you think?
You don't have to play knight c3. We can actually put a piece on d2, which is better because then we avoid the potential doubling of our c pawns.
What you have to understand about practical endgames as a whole is that just like in the middle game or the opening, you cannot rely solely on these general considerations.
This is John. John loves to study chess. This is David. David loves to study chess as well, but efficiently. John spends more time setting up the board and figuring out what's on the page of his book than he gets to study. David likes to take it easy and use his time wisely. David has finished his exercise for today. John should try the same.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Sulecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Welcome everybody!
My name is Jan Nepomniachtchi, former world chess champion.
Are starting a new course here for Chessable.
A very special Chessable course.
Master your chess with Judith Polgar.
You know what? I learned a lot.
Seriously? Checkmate! Aim Chess is an intelligent system that analyzes your game, prevents mistakes, and develops recommendations for improving your skill. Phew!
Welcome to the new Chess24 playing experience. Play in light mode or dark mode. Choose from a range of time controls or create a custom game. And get paired with players from around the world, fast. Enjoy a polished playing experience while making moves on a fresh, responsive board to claim your victories. Train and improve with over 80,000 puzzles. And that's not all. Download now and discover what more you can enjoy in our brand new app.
Hi there, it's me, John Chess, inventor of chess. And are you sick of sucking at chess? Well, lucky for you, I have also invented Aim Chess. Look at this chess puzzle. Did you solve it? Of course not, that's because you're not using Aim Chess. Aim Chess is a digital chess trainer that helps you improve by creating unique lessons based on your recent games. Just link your chess.com, Chess, or Chess24 account and feel that brain wrinkle. Yeah, see, you shouldn't have blundered your queen just there. Now I know! Thanks, Aim Chess! Now all that's left to figure out is how that funny horse moves. They even got acquired by that one chess player other than Hikaru, so you know it's good. Hi, it's me, that guy I just mentioned, and I'm the best chess man in the world. But thanks to Aim Chess, I also have a girlfriend now as well. This could be you! Personalized training, game reports and analysis disease, study plans, thick, luscious hair, intuition builder, all this and more available on Aim Chess.
Hello?
Courtney, did you know that Aim Chess users improve their ratings 43% faster than average?
What?
So what are you waiting for? Join Aim Chess today. Links will be somewhere, probably. I don't know, I just made the video. Aim Chess. Sign up now and get 50k silver and 2 free months off your VPN. Now that's what I call a Queen's Gambit. That's so fucking dumb. Aim Chess, for when you aim to chess. That's their slogan. It's what they say. Ready, aim, chess. That's another. It's... Look, just sign up for Aim Chess, okay? Just, come on, literally, why not? Alright, just stop being a dick for like 5 seconds and just go, alright? Jesus Christ.
Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses.
Hello everyone and welcome to this short introduction to the Roy Lopez. So the Roy Lopez is a chess opening that appears after the move e4. Black replies e5. We play knight f3. Black replies knight c6. And now bishop to b5. This is the Roy Lopez. We intend to castle next and we are building some initiative in the center later on by playing the move c3 and hopefully d4. It's a very solid and reliable opening. It has been played by basically all the world champions throughout the history of chess. It has been around for hundreds of years. And it can definitely last you a lifetime once you learn it. So I really recommend you all to try out the Roy Lopez.
Air quality isn't the first thing that comes to mind when you think about chess and esports, but it affects our focus, decision-making, health, sleep, and more. What's in the air you breathe? Find out with Air Things. isn't the first thing that comes to mind when you think about chess and esports, but it affects our focus, decision-making, health, sleep, and more. What's in the air you breathe? Find out with Air Things.
And welcome to the final of the FTX Road to Miami tournament. It's day 2, meaning today we are going to find out who is going to win this extremely prestigious event. Is it going to be Levon Aronian, who against all the odds won the set yesterday, 2.5, 1.5. He was toasting game 2. He was toasting game 3, and he managed to survive both. And then the collapse was complete in game 4, where Wei Yi just psychologically, mentally, physically must have been exhausted, lost, meaning that Levon Aronian won that set. And what that means is very clear. Wei Yi needs to win by at least 2.5 in order, he needs to get 2.5 points today in order to take the tournament into a blitz tiebreak to have any chance. So even if Levon Aronian loses the set, he will still have a chance in the blitz. So Levon Aronian, massive favorite. A 2-2 draw is not enough for Wei Yi either, so he has to try and win. And how he's going to do that, well, that's the big question. And I guess the guy to ask is a man who's been in countless finals, a man who has been at the top of the game for decades, a man who understands that what it's all about, the tension, the nerves, everything. It's the one and only Peter Leko. Peter, welcome.
Yeah, hello, Lorenz. Hello, everybody. Definitely a very big challenge now on Wei Yi. I mean, I feel that after yesterday's traumatic loss, because I think it was traumatic. The big question is, how do you fall asleep at 5 a.m. when all these thoughts and all these terrible things are in your mind? And at the same time, you actually have to sleep very well, because recharging is essential. I mean, this online events, this rapid format, these matches, they require incredible focus. Yeah, you just miss one move, and that's it. We have seen yesterday also, it was dramatic. He had all the chances. Finally, he didn't use it. And in the last game, Levon surprised Wei Yi, the Wei Yi who was vulnerable, who was exhausted, and paid a very, very high price for not using his chances. So in order to return, to come back, he needs to forget that. I mean, I know it sounds easy. I know it's awfully difficult to do, but he just have to erase all the negative emotions, get a good sleep, get all the energy to work hard, because actually now he needs to target Levon's opening somehow. He needs to get going with the white pieces, get a win to put the pressure on Levon. If in the first game he fails to do that, then I think it's going to be very, very tough for him to come back.
So you actually think he needs to win game 1 to really set the tone? And if he doesn't, then it's going to be very difficult. Is that your opinion, that game 1 is really critical?
Exactly. I mean, okay, he starts with the white pieces, yeah? So
right.
he has only 2 white games, and the situation is very tricky, because if, for example, Levon makes an easy draw with the black pieces, he will have the white pieces. And if then Levon suddenly goes on to win with the white pieces, then it's basically the final is decided, yeah? So in this regard, I feel that there is a lot of pressure on Wei Yi. He also knows that this is very, very important. He will put all his energy, all he got into this very, very first game. Of course, if he makes a draw, it's not a disaster yet, but then he has to make sure that with black, he will, kind of make a relatively easy draw and get then all the focus on the third game, yeah, just to put somehow the pressure on Levon. Because if, for example, Wei Yi wins a game, then there is also a chance to win another one, because then Levon will be also very aggressive, trying to secure his match. It's all about nerves, it's all about psychology. Not so much about chess, to be honest.
A little bit about chess, but yes, you're right. The nerves, the psychology, the strength, all of these things are so crucial at the top level and often overlooked. I was saying this for years, even when I was working with Fabiano. I believe that having mindset coaches and mental coaches, sports coaches, sports psychologists, and all of these guys are they do add value even to chess players. I think a lot of chess players just don't believe they need it because it's a slightly different sport, but competition is competition, sport is sport, tension is tension. So lots to work on in that domain, in my opinion. All right, the game will kick off in 3 minutes. Remember, guys, if this is the first time you've joined, firstly, where have you been? You've missed a week of non-stop action. Remember, we had the preliminaries and then the knockout stage. And we've actually been treated to amazing chess every single day. It was Samuel Sevian who set the world on fire in the preliminaries, playing beautiful chess, a young American. Arjun Erigasi as well played phenomenally. Those two really stood out for me. Unfortunately, though, in the knockout, in the match format, Arjun had his chances against Levon, didn't convert, and then Levon managed to outsmart him, and then Wei Yi managed to take down Sevian in the blitz tiebreak. So, and then after that, really, the semifinals was a bit of a blowout. Wei Yi blew Richard Rapport out. I mean, Richie just blundered left, right, and center. Jan Krzysztof Duda had a tough match against Levon, but yeah, again, Jan Krzysztof not quite there. So Wei Yi and Levon Aronian, in their own way, absolutely deserve to be here. We feel very, very, our heart bleeds really for Wei Yi. Yesterday, 2 winning positions, couldn't convert. Levon Aronian so tricky, so resourceful, so there's a genius about the way he defends, and all the little moves from yesterday, Peter. Queen F4 in that key game, fighting with the maximum resistance, and in the game before that, when he had this king walk, king E3, king F3, king G3, finding all these resources when a lot of players would just collapse, and that's what makes Levon such a great player as well. So. So enjoyable. If you are enjoying this and you want to support us and support the company, please do become a premium member. Use the code Road to Miami, 40% off, and do yourselves a favor, get a year premium membership, because with the year premium membership, you manage to get an extra month, actually. So if you buy the year, you get 40% off, and then you get a month for free, and all the benefits of being premium. I go on about it every day. Huge benefits. Without further ado, however, the game has kicked off. Wei Yi, and you correctly predicted yesterday, Peter, we're going to get none of this Queen's Gambit accepted stuff. It's back to the Nimzo, back to the Rogozin, and we see what Wei Yi has in store here. 4A3. Talk to me about this, Peter.
Yeah, well, this is the sharpest way of challenging the Nimzo Indian defense. A very, very double-edged sharply arises. Yeah, takes B6, F3, knight C6, razor sharp. Levon actually has some kind of an experience here. I do remember that Magnus was playing it against Levon in the Meltwater Championship final last year, I think, and Levon went on to win a very important game against Magnus. However, he has also chosen this B6, knight C6, knight A5 setup, which means that actually this is exactly what Wei is anticipating. And believe me that he will have something in store. I mean, this is so many different move orders, so many tricks. When you look at with the computer, then at first, computer will always tell you, black is even better, black is perfectly fine. What's the problem? How is white at all playing this position? But believe me, when you go deeper, and we have seen also Fan Forest beating Anish Giri in Vaikanze. I mean, a very, very important, crucial win for Fan Forest there. Even Anish was surprised. You can't underestimate this system at all.
You absolutely can't. And Wei Yi does the right thing, of course, by creating as many imbalances as possible early on. In other words, look at this. hello, f4. This is exactly the tone that way he has to start to create. Now he's ready to go knight f3 next, push, open the position, use his big center, use his two bishops. And what he would love is just to crush Levon in this game. Just crush him in 27 moves, gives you that confidence. That would be so exciting for this match. But I love the way Wei has started this game. Brilliant opening, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, he has nothing to lose. And the point whenever you choose the Nimzo Indian is that basically you simply force your opponent into this position. Yeah, because the biggest problem when you, for example, how do you approach preparing for a game against Levon? Yeah, that who knows if he plays Queen's Gambit accepted, if he gonna play Knight f6, c6, then if I play this Knight f3, Knight c3 like where he did yesterday, then Levon can play so many different things, yeah, like the Ragozin, the Vienna, Queen's Gambit, and so on, and then you cannot do any targeted preparation. And by allowing the Nimzo, yes, Nimzo has a very, very good reputation, and it's a super fine opening. I'm loving it from the black side. On the other hand, White has the chance of doing targeted prep.
Yeah, and absolutely great stuff. So f4. So Levon has done something reasonably clever here, it seems, because he's managed to force off a pair of a bishop. So he played bishop b7, queen e2, and now the queen doesn't cover the b3 square, and now the knight can jump in, knight b3. This is clever. Rook b1, knight takes c1, rook takes c1, and e5. Classic way of treating the position, putting all the pawns on dark squares. Now, for all of you newcomers out here, you do not, I think, want to take twice on e5 in such positions, because you wreck your structure. Black can go knight d7. Knight g4 might actually be a move there, Peter, as well. Worth.
Yeah, but I mean, since I'm getting the pawn anyway, I don't want to do anything fancy. Yeah.
No, I was just thinking maybe e6 exists, but it's probably nonsense. But yes, I mean, the point is this: the pawns are wrecked, and if Black manages to stabilize, suddenly you're in a horrible position with White. You've overextended. So I much prefer what Wei Yi has done, which is to actually just give the pawn in almost King's Gambit style with knight f3. E takes f4, and this is the position on the board. Now, I mean...
Well, the only thing what I'm wondering that could he have taken on e5, for example, fe5, d5, and then play the move knight f3?
Yes.
This was the other choice, and I'm a little bit surprised that he blitzed out so quickly knight f3, yeah, because it's not an easy choice. Now I'm guessing that Black would have taken on d4, and for example, ed4, I don't know, e5 is maybe too much. But also just a move like c takes d4, probably you're going to castle. And the position is very complex, but it's something to think about. It's a very unclear position. However, okay, he played in the King's Gambit style, knight f3, e takes f4, castles and castles. This is the situation.
Oh, okay. We're getting a notification here from our producer that instead of castles, knight g4 was, yeah. And this move is actually this is a very logical move, because you, of course, threaten to jump in on the e3 square, but more importantly, perhaps, is that if White sidesteps with some move like queen d2, sometimes you can play with g5 here and just try and hold on to the pawn. It might not be exactly the right move here, but the spirit of the idea is there. But to castle immediately is, well, it's interesting. But yeah, castles immediately. So now the question is, like, how do you win this pawn back for White? Because you can't play queen d2. He goes knight d2. Okay, this is a logical move, yes. Just try and play rook. But you feel as though Black really doesn't have any problems here. That's my impression of this position. Peter.
Yeah, but I'm actually really liking the move knight d2. Very important to cover the e4 pawn. That's the weakness. Yeah, and for example, Black's play is logically something like rook e8. Then after rook takes f4, we are having the idea of going rook cf1, and the famous rook takes f6 idea appears. Yeah, and suddenly, thanks to these pieces, actually the bishop on b7, which puts pressure on e4. If that pressure is just nothing, then actually this bishop is doing not much. This position has the tendency of getting very complex. Actually, black needs some really nice prophylactics to step out of the way of this rook cf1 doubling.
How can he do that then? So,
well, you can maybe argue that just leave the rook on f8, because actually maybe queen e7 and then moving the knight to d7. Yeah, for example, just let's make some move, queen e7, rook takes f4, even maybe a move like rook a8, and then after rook cf1, just move the knight to d7 and claim that the rook protects the pawn. Maybe you're gonna break with c5. I mean, it's not really a break because the pawn on c3 protects, but how does white make progress? It's also a big question.
yeah, black is still extremely compact and extremely solid here. Not at all clear how white makes progress.
Yeah, maybe some very strange idea like bishop c2, bishop a4, just to annoy this pin a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, because there is just nothing concrete white can do. So sometimes you have to think about some artificial plans like this.
Wow, that's a plan that wouldn't even really. I mean, my eyes are focused on the king side, of course, with the knight departed, but there is no. I mean, of course, the sort of thing I'm thinking about is, could you go e5 here? Let's just try it.
E5 or queen h5? Yeah, okay, let's try e5.
Yeah, let me just put it e5d. I want to go bishop takes h7.
Yes. Okay. The problem that why I'm not so happy about e5, that maybe black can even just play g6 prophylactics.
I understand, but then at least, yes. I mean, that's that. But I just wanted to illustrate the general theme that sometimes, bishop h7, king h7, queen h5, king g8. And rook h4, and importantly here, knight f6 is met by rook takes f6. It's still not mate though, because f6 or f5 still holds, and this might actually be bad for white still. Unclear. These are the sorts of themes you always have to keep an eye out for. What did he do?
He actually opted for a very solid setup, a little bit different. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, he just went g6. And after rook f4, knight h5, first of all, it's a tempo. It kicks away this rook from f4, which is quite a nice square. And then you also kind of ask your opponent, where does this rook go? Yeah, because maybe black's queen will go to g5. And then also some knight f4 ideas might appear, or just you are getting ready for rook a8. Maybe eventually some f7, f5 using the pin could be an issue as well. Clever, very clever reaction by Lev.
Yeah, I like this a lot by Lev, actually. Very stable. Yeah, I'm starting to lose a bit of enthusiasm for white's position here, actually.
Yeah, Levon somehow, I don't know, just very, very quickly. So after this bishop d3, d6, f4, he opted bishop b7. And yeah, if we have to play queen e2 and we allow this knight b3 and then e5, I feel that black should be fine. So it's a big question if could he have done something better here, but okay, pawn on e4 is hanging. Very, very timely. And now we see why, it's so tempting to play the move bishop a6, putting pressure on the c4 pawn and so on. I think it's the main opening move, main theoretical move, but Levon actually anticipated all this. He went d6 and he was much, much more flexible. And after f4, he opts for bishop b7, changes the structure of the game, the character of the game, shows what a great understanding Levon has of these positions. And now he's having everything under control.
All right, so where you're going to need some real creativity to get something going, because it's very easy for Levon just to get a pleasant position here.
I'm wondering that is rook f5 a valid move, or is it just totally crazy?
Goodness me.
I mean, okay, let me just tease you with a move like rook f5. And I tell you that it's not an aggressive, it's a defensive move. I want to stop queen g5.
I mean, yeah. I don't even know how I would react to this move, actually. I mean, I guess I just take it and pray.
Yeah, because okay, at least if you move back, then I move back and I achieved something. It's not a big, maybe the knight on g7 is fine, but at least psychologically I got something. If you take, then okay, I take on h5.
Now I need to be precise, huh?
Yeah, I felt like queen f6 is
queen
the best
f6,
move.
yeah, queen f6.
Yeah, and rook f1, rook, queen g6.
Queen
that
g6,
was my
yeah.
that was my problem actually. I just wanted to show that yeah, this line exists, but yeah, this disturbed me, and I wasn't exactly sure. But who knows? I mean, it's a tricky position.
Yeah, it's not easy.
But should be fine for black, of course. Yeah.
I don't see him ever playing rook f5. It's just too risky.
Yeah, and it's not clear what do you achieve. But the only problem is that if you don't want to put the rook on f3 because of eventually even running into f5, this spin is annoying. Maybe black first plays queen g5, yeah, which is so natural. And if you play rook f2, queen g5, and then rook a8, also black seems to have a very easy stable position, and it's absolutely not clear how white can generate any counter chances, and otherwise black is just not only solid but maybe slightly better.
Well, exactly. And also down on the clock, Wei Yi, 9 minutes 34, sipping his tea.
Yeah, that's the right attitude. I mean, he needs some tea. I definitely I have very big respect for Chinese teas. I'm loving them. I like jasmine tea. I have all kinds of, I like pu'er, I like oolong. I mean, all kinds of different green teas. And I always envy whenever I see Chinese players sipping their tea.
Okay, so you're a Chinese tea guy.
Yes, I'm a Chinese tea guy. You know, I was in these tea houses, and then I was selecting some tea, and then they are serving you, you know, in these beautiful silk dresses, the ladies, and then they are doing all kinds of stuff. Then we even we filmed it, yeah, so that afterwards maybe we can try to do something similar at home. No chance, you know, just no chance. You have to be a specialist.
It's a bit. I'm a big fan of the Chinese teas and so on, but I'm also a big fan of Turkish tea, the black tea, Turkish black tea.
The black
and
tea,
you know, can never get it right. I've tried it at home before, never get it right. Can't do it the same. But I'm not a fan of Turkish coffee. Sorry for everybody out there, but that Turkish coffee, woo. That's not for me. I'm a big coffee guy. I drink a lot of coffee every day, but Turkish coffee, just not for me.
And I never drank coffee in my life. I never even tried. Can you believe it? Yeah, no, never. Yes, you heard it. You heard it, guys.
Oh my goodness.
I'm, you know, a very stubborn, very conservative person. If I just don't like something, then I mean, I just don't try it. I don't know. Maybe I would even like it, but I just don't try it. That's it.
Wow. You've missed out on one of life's most beautiful products, coffee. Nature, beans. I mean, a bit bitter. It takes time to get used to it, and you're probably, yeah, maybe it's too late. Maybe it's too late for you to appreciate it. Wow, shocking. Anything else you haven't tried?
Well, beer I also have never tried.
What?
Yes, never ever tried the beer.
What's going on?
Well, I'm a chess player, you know, a sportsman. Just I ignore those
I understand. No beer. I mean, Paul Gascoigne was a sportsman and he had a lot of beer. Okay, maybe that's a different story. No coffee, no beer. Okay, let me go for something that you must have had. Pizza. Tell me you've had a pizza.
Yes, of course. I need to eat, yeah?
Okay, you need to eat. That's true. All right. At least you've had a pizza.
Yes.
But you look like the sort of guy that would actually appreciate very fine dark chocolate. Like you know.
Well, if I eat chocolate, then only dark chocolate. Yeah, I mean, I try not to eat much at
just
all.
dark chocolate.
But if I eat, then 85% is minimum.
85%.
85% is minimum.
Never because I've got a 70 right here. 70 is below your.
Yeah,
below
it's
your level.
it's not exactly my
your cup of tea, as we said.
Yeah, but now actually I'm worried of Wei because
I'm worried about Wei. He needs a coffee and a tea.
I mean, he needs everything now. I mean, he needs all his energy. He needs everything to be able to fight here. Maybe even he has to kind of, he tried to be very aggressive. It backfired. Now there is just no reason to keep on, banging his head against the wall. It's maybe just time to find some way of, let me set up some kind of a stable position, and I will not want anything. And if it's a draw, it's a draw. If it's some repetition, it's a repetition. Because trying to play this for a win with 5 minutes on the clock, it can easily backfire, and then it's finished.
Yeah, I feel bad for Wei. I mean, he's staring at a position thinking, this isn't what I had in mind after playing f4 a few moves ago.
Yeah, he might. Just at this moment, I wanted to say, since he's thinking so much, he's probably thinking about rook f5, and he was thinking, but he does not want to be desperate. Yeah, and I think this is correct. He just goes for this rook f2, rook f1 position. The only problem is that Levon is blitzing out his moves because his moves are so natural. Queen g5, rook a8 played. And now it's the big question, how to deal with this position. I'm not even sure if, for example, a move like queen a5 is not a threat. Yeah, it's some kind of a double, knight f3, because then against queen a5, you have queen d2. You can nicely protect and eventually eye on going to h6. So after knight f3, queen a4, 5 would be very, very premature. That's not really a move. But hang on, e4 pawn is hanging. But still, no, let's just show this. Yeah, so after queen a5, white goes queen d2, stepping out of knight f4. Protecting the pawn. And the pawn on e4, I don't think that this is really a problem, because after bishop e4, we take, and we go queen g5. And then we have this knight g5 idea.
Yes.
Yeah. And then finally we set something, and this is not what Levon even wants to allow at all. Maybe you still have rook g4. You have this fancy move rook g4, and maybe because of this, it would have been even more precise for me after bishop e4 to start with queen h6. No, but then you can take
bishop
on f3.
takes f3. Yeah.
But still, I just don't see from Levon's side to go for it, because no reason.
So what is he going to do then? Maybe some move like queen.
Well, it's even the move queen h6 is interesting, because just not to allow white's queen to get to d2. Otherwise queen on h6 would be terrible piece. Yeah, it feels misplaced, but stopping queen d2 is maybe of priority here. For example, let me play queen h6. And
maybe you go queen d2 anyway.
Okay, but then you will suffer. Probably you will make a draw, but no winning chances.
I think Wei is already probably thinking, okay, important now is just not to lose this position. I'll have another chance with black or white. I'll try and make it a game.
Exactly. Okay, Levon goes queen g4.
Queen g4.
Still eyeing the f4 square for the knight, putting pressure on the e4 pawn. We can still see another move, knight d2, and it's very similar. Yeah, we might be heading towards this endgame. And it's maybe tiny bit better for black, but white is also extremely solid. It should be kind of holdable without much efforts. On the other hand, you don't want to play like this. Yeah, it's very, very ugly. But maybe he has to. He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, he's not exactly full of options here, right? Knight f4 is such a massive threat.
Yeah, e4 is hanging as well. Yeah, knight f4 and bishop e4, two moves, and basically knight d2 takes care of both, however, allows the trade of queens. That's the big problem.
Wei Yi, not quite the start he was hoping for, to say the least.
Yeah, but it's always so tough, yeah, that you know that you need to attack, you need to try to play for a win. And usually if you play like this, then you make some concessions. Yeah, it's usually how do you create winning chances? Yeah, knight d2 played. I think this is absolutely correct. It's the right approach. If draw, nothing tragic happened. Yes, I was saying that he has to try to win this game. Yeah, he tried. It did not work. Now just calm down. Make sure that with the black pieces you will get a normal game, not to be under any pressure. Hope for some counterplay if Levon wants to push himself. And otherwise, then all eyes on game 3. If you survive easily the second game.
Yes, and in this, we've got a slight pause here. So, okay, well, we don't. Queen takes e2, rook takes e2.
Yeah, so something like king g7, yeah, would be very natural. Rook e7, king g7, yeah. But you have to keep an eye on this knight, yeah, just to illustrate what I'm talking about. For example, black plays king g7 to have knight f6 back eventually. White plays the move rook ef2, and rook e7 would be a terrible mistake because g4 traps the knight. just to show that it's not something like, you know, you can make any moves. You have to pay attention. And actually, how does this knight come back? I mean, is something like knight g7, knight e6, and then trying to break with c5, putting pressure on the d4 pawn? Of course, d4, d5 would be a terrible strategical mistake. Then dark squares, e5 square, and everything would be very vulnerable. So it is some kind of a plan, but knight g7 also leaves the f6 square a little bit weak. So I'm not sure if Levon gonna do that.
I think knight g7 is absolutely a nice. I like it personally. I like the reorganization. I think it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Then let's take a look. Yeah. If you support it, then let's take a look. Knight g7. Yeah. Also, you are eyeing some f5. I don't think that I can let f5 happen as well. Probably I have to sidestep rook ef2 to be able to meet f5. And you continue with knight e6. Also, you will have somewhere knight g5, but I mean, first, of course, c5, and also combine with knight g5.
I really like it.
Yeah.
White's pieces just don't have a lot of efficiency about them somehow. They're not really working how they should.
Yeah,
I think if I'm Wei Yi here, I really am starting to say to myself, okay, black is too solid. I can't go crazy. I have 3 minutes left on the clock. Let's just not do anything stupid and try and make a draw.
Yeah, but how do you do it? Okay, Levon plays bishop c8. That's another plan. I mean, just regrouping the bishop to d7, yeah? Not to have any pressure with the bishop on b7. And eventually, maybe preparing some f5 at some point. Rook ef2, yeah, doubling on the f file, keeping an eye on the f5 move. So Levon just wants to play very systematically with just bishop d7, nicely regrouping the bishop. Of course, if white would ever get the chance, then this knight would love to reach the e3 square. Yeah, somehow knight f1, knight e3, because then you always have some counterplay with knight d5 and so on. But then you have to move the rook from f1, and the rook does not have a good square. So that's why I don't think that this plan is really realistic.
So what if black just passes here and plays bishop d7? What is white's next move?
Exactly. I mean,
yeah, it's kind of an issue, right?
Yeah, because on one hand, I'm thinking that I would love to play h3 and then g4 and maybe try to get my king to g3, but stabilize like this. But h3 weakens the g3 square. Maybe you can even jump right in with knight g3,
Right.
for example. This also disturbs and rook e1 f5.
Yeah.
And it will be slightly more. I mean, maybe it's holdable, but you don't really want to give this to your opponent.
Yeah, this is. No, this is really tough. So, well, okay, rook e7, similar sort of deal. Goodness.
Yeah, keeping all the options open. Yeah, you can go then bishop d7. You can play rook f8. You can maybe play knight g7 and then f5. It's just lovely position from black side. Yeah, where he goes knight f3. He's planning to go e4, e5. He would like to change the structure like this.
But knight f4 is not an issue, or but you just go back to.
Well, it's a big area. Knight f4, bishop c2.
Now some bishop a6. No.
Yeah, then you force me back to knight d2, and
Knight
then maybe
D2.
you go back knight e6, right?
Yeah, for example.
And then again, this c5 plan appears.
But here maybe. No, I can't. Yes, this is very unpleasant for white.
Yeah, because, okay, one could argue that maybe rook f6 is a move. Yeah, just to make sure that against c5 we have d5 and then the d6 pawn is vulnerable, yeah? Of course, rook on f6 is also a little bit awkward. Yeah, king g7. Not sure what I'm reaching, but you can't really target my rook, and I will always have d5 against c5. So maybe it's kind of a blockade. Pardon me. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he will go knight f4. I mean, it is the principled move, right?
It's a very principled. On the other hand, the big question is, does Levon really want to play principle, or does he want to play as solid as possible? That's a big question. Because after all, he has a very comfortable match situation. The position is fine. Maybe he doesn't feel the need that he has to play principle, yeah? Okay, slowly, at least Levon is also burning some time, and he's below 5 minutes finally.
Yeah, at least we're getting a bit back on time. They've had extraordinarily long games, Peter. If you think of back of the days, I would say they've been averaging 50 minutes to 1 hour per game, actually. Long games.
Absolutely, yeah. And because first of all, Veyi always spends his time, yeah, then he gets low on the clock, he fights like crazy, then Levon automatically, even if he played fast, he's forced to burn time, and he's slowly catching up, and then they both end up playing with little time on the clock, the remaining part of the game. Yeah, it's automatically almost 1 hour per game, yeah. But now very funny that we already reached an end game and it's only moved 23. Yeah, so one doesn't have the feeling that we really had a proper middle game. Knight f6 played. What is this? Is this invitation for knight d2 and then just repeat, or what?
Could be, but maybe you can go knight g5. If I go knight g5.
You want to do fancy stuff, yeah?
Well, I don't. I mean, knight d2, knight h5 is. Well, maybe where you actually should repeat once.
Yeah, if he can make sure that Levon actually wants to repeat, or does Levon has some knight g4 idea, and where does it lead? I'm still
after
not
knight g5,
sure.
You mean?
Yeah, after knight g5 or knight d2 against both moves.
e5.
E5.
I kind of like it. Knight g4? No.
Well, he wants to use the momentum. Yeah, knight g4, then he takes d6 and rook e2.
Yeah.
I mean, he also damages the pawn structure, but actually he gives the e5 for Levon, and who knows, he might be able to enter on e3, just to show what I'm talking about, like knight g4, e takes d6, c takes d6, rook e2, very natural, then we take on e2, bishop e2, rook e8, tempo. Now, how do you defend this bishop? It's already not so easy, and then black has some rook e3 or also knight e3, bishop a6, targeting the c4 weakness. I mean, I'm not sure that all these traits are really something that white is so happy about. But Levon takes d takes
okay,
e5.
he takes very, very... Okay, maybe he wants to take and now go knight g4, yes.
Yeah, knight g4, okay. He's very tiny bit better, but I don't know, somehow it feels like this should be kind of quite, but still, yeah, black is slightly better, and yeah, Levon wants to keep things simple.
Yeah, I don't mind this approach by Levon. I think it's okay.
Yeah, he wants to remove the bishop, then maybe after go f5, king g7, activate the king, also combine it with some c7, c5 break. Yeah, h3 is played, bishop d7 will be played as well.
Yeah, I mean, now might be the time actually for Wei to realize that really there is no attempt here. So we just go rook e2, rook fe1, bring the king, and try and make a draw.
Yeah, probably he needs to trade, but it's still not entirely an easy draw, is it? I mean, for example, rook e2, we take, you take, we go rook e8, you go king f2. I'm gonna go f5, and I come with the king. I will push c5 as well, yeah, and I'm able to keep on pushing my pawns, and you somehow are stuck with your pawn structure. Yeah, rook e2 played, but white has nothing better, so white has to just sit tight and hope that it won't be enough. Rook e8, king f2.
I mean, it's probably not enough.
Shouldn't be enough, yeah,
No,
shouldn't be enough, yeah, but I mean, it's a blitz game now, yeah, it's
Yes.
4.5 versus 250. Of course, white would really love to get rid of if white could trade this a3 pawn for a7, yeah, for example, with some a4, a5, but whenever you play a4, then probably black fixes the structure with a5, and this pawn on a4 will be very, very vulnerable due to the d7 bishop. It's not ideal. So this is the unfortunate situation that you can't really do much with this structure. Levon goes bishop c6. That's kind of surprising. Bishop c6. Now, for example, if we go bishop f3, trade this bishop, then I think it will be so much more easier to get rid of the weakness, yeah, because takes, then some rook b1, maybe rook b5, c5, or then also get a4, a5 in. Basically, a trade of light squared bishop would definitely ease white's defense. No, d5. Wow.
What? What a committal move. Oh, it's ugly.
Why
But
do you
maybe
do
he's
this?
got a specific idea behind it. Let's see.
Yeah,
Because-
I mean, he wants to push somehow c5 at some moment, but
Right.
okay, he also needs to watch out for c5, rook e2, yeah, because then bishop b5 check, we might win the
Oh.
game.
My goodness.
So he needs to go somehow rook b1 and then try to go c5. Probably that's his idea. Yeah, rook b1
Yeah.
on the board. Yeah, and then c5. Yeah, basically he just wants to make sure that he uses the momentum for trading more pawns. Black's king is too far away. Yeah, imagine black's king on d6.
oof.
We would be saying that black is technically winning.
Exactly.
And
Okay.
Also, I think by now our dear viewers understood that we are rooting for Wei to hold this, yeah, because we are
Absolutely.
really hoping for an epic final, and we don't mind at all Levon winning the final. We just want to make it as thrilling as possible. Rook b1. So Wei, I think, on the right track to hold. Yeah, this bishop c6, bishop d7 was too subtle. Yeah, it was too fine from Levon. And basically already this whole d takes e5 and then knight g4 felt like, okay, Levon doesn't know exactly, should he just keep, the position, enjoy the position as it is, or should he try to do something more with it? He finally ended up playing too hesitant, in my view. White has improved the king. Bishop is now stable. The e file now is not important because the king covers the entry square. Yeah, the e3 square, very important. White's look on b1 is now very active, getting ready for c4, c5 break. And then white should be perfectly fine. In fact, hang on. If white gets c4, c5 in, then also maybe some c5, c6 is a threat. And if b takes c5, rook b7 counterplay, I mean, suddenly maybe even Levon has to, knowing that he doesn't want any complications, he might burn some time to understand how to deal with this. And he's lower on the clock. Wow. Okay. That's something.
Wow. Hold on. Is he feeling a little bit of, surely not feeling pressure here? Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he was bishop f5. It's, I think, very professional because he's hitting the rook and maybe he wants to go bishop e4, making sure that white's idea with c4, c5 won't be possible. But okay, bishop e4, I mean, white can already also maybe push a4, a5, yeah, because white's bishop is, I mean, black's bishop is then far away. You can't block, for example, bishop e4. If a4, we want a5. If black plays a5, then already after some bishop f3, we will have c5 also ideas breaking somewhere, d6 breaks, and cd, rook b6, we're going to get counterplay. Yeah, bishop e4 on the board had to be played.
Can you go, I guess bishop f3 here really...
Yeah, you can. I mean, basically there is just nothing wrong with bishop. It's the most natural move, bishop f3.
I mean, what else to do, right?
But okay, I mean,
a4.
yeah, A4,
okay, also.
Because after a4, a5, you can still go bishop f3 if you want.
Yes.
It's kind of thematic. I mean, black's king is just too far away. Yeah, he's coming with king f8, but I just feel like it's a bit slow. But okay, still, if king will be in time to get to d6.
Will it get there in time? So now maybe you have to go like bishop f3, takes. Actually, taking back is not entirely clear.
But okay, let's take with the king.
Say with the king f3. Now if you go king e7, question. Now here you probably go c5. No, you would think. Take. If you take now rookie. There's rook b7, king d6, I thought.
Yes, and then rook a7. I'm guessing that I will make a draw like this. Okay, so bishop f3 on the board takes, and Levon first goes rook e1. He wants to get behind. Wow, because a5 he has rook c1. Intermediate, hitting c3 with a check. Is that
okay? And if I go c5?
Well, c5, then also rook c1.
But there, if I just go, for example, no, there is no, for example.
Well, rook e1 was a very strong move, yeah.
Maybe g takes f3 actually had some merit to stop this rook coming in.
Yeah, and maybe in fact it turns out that, but anyway, Levon wanted to come with rook e1, yeah, so where you go c5, yeah, he needs to trade. He needs to trade as much pawns as possible. Yeah, rook b3.
Rook b3. Yeah.
Okay, still, it's not the end of the world. I mean, b takes c5 and you will
rook be b7.
Okay, but then I take on c3 with check.
Okay, and then I claim king f2.
Wow, so just 2 pawns and it does
just
not...
Just 2 pawns, no problem.
Does not scare you.
Dr. Tarash was right.
Should be. I mean, Tarash is always right.
Yeah, of course he was. I mean, the genius put the knight on d2, protecting the e4 pawn instead of on c3. I mean, what kind of genius is this? Not to mention taking back on d5 with the knight. I mean...
Yeah, so, okay, yeah, b takes c5 on the board.
Now rook b7.
Will we see rook b7 or?
I think so. What else are you supposed to do? Because king e7, king d6 comes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, any this king e4, king d3, I don't believe in this maneuver at all. Then g2 will be vulnerable. Yeah, he needs to. I mean, he needs to play rook b7, but yeah, on the board. Rook c3, check, king f2. No, king e4. Wow.
Wow, I'm very surprised by that because it runs into a tempo. Maybe it's still okay. Maybe it's just fine, no?
Yeah, I mean, he even wants to, rook c4 check, then he goes king e5.
King e5.
To use the momentum for activity. Both done on the clock, both players. 1 minute each. King e7. So rook c7, king d6, rook c6 check, king d7. And then rook f6. Will we see a repetition of moves? It could easily be because it would be very, very logical.
Yeah. Let's have a look at both players. 1 minute 22 for Aronian, 45 seconds for Wei. Remember, they do get 10 seconds per move. So
hang on, because rook c6 check, king d7, rook f6. This is not a repetition because now after king e7, if you move the rook, I will have f5 check. I mean, this is, rook c6, king d7 on the board, and now white has to be careful. Maybe, in fact, rook a6 is the better move. Maybe not, because the king on e7 is much better than on d7. Yeah, rook a6, bravo, it's correct. Yeah, f5 check, and then now we have king e5.
Can I go in? King e, I know it's very dangerous because the c pawn. Oof, maybe king f4. Yeah, king f4, because now if rook c4, I can go king g5. Wait.
Really? Yeah. So after rook c4 check, king g5, and when you take when you take on a7.
Yeah, no, my king.
And you take on a7, then also g6 might fall immediately.
Yeah, but I'm risking a lot.
Yeah, risking a lot. Yeah, but also for Levon it's unpleasant because you don't really want to calculate those things. Yeah, white gets counterplay.
Okay, but what else do you do then?
Okay, he can just push c4, for example. Okay, he goes rook c2 first. He wants to provoke g4. So if he wants to provoke, maybe just play g3, right?
Why not g4?
I mean, because maybe then Levon wants to give a check.
Where?
And I mean, rook c4 check and king g5 f4.
Ah, like this.
Yeah, and then try to have two pass. But okay, white will also have many pass pawns. So
yeah, and then it gets complicated suddenly.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, now it's complicated again. Suddenly, this is not a drawish rook ending.
Yeah, it's very dynamic and lot to calculate. Yeah, rook c4 check, very important because now king e5 can be met by rook e4 check. That's why black needs to keep the pawn on f5. King f3, yeah, this is professional. Yeah, no fancy business with king g5. You don't have time to calculate it. Just king f3 and you should be able to make a draw. No reason to do anything else. Rook c3 check, king f4 back.
Yes. There's no real way to force the matter here. Let's see.
Yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a repetition. Yeah, it's a logical outcome here. And strangely enough, we can talk about that it's not an ideal result for Wei, but after being under some pressure and holding it quite comfortably, I think he will get some confidence out of it. Rook c3 checking, f4, and
yeah, we're heading for a draw.
No, wow.
Wow.
Okay. It's anyway drawish, but really, yeah, Levon is going for rook h3, all right.
Okay, GF, king f5. Wow, I am surprised.
Yeah, because I don't feel that it's really a winning attempt.
Very surprised.
But okay, I mean, he knows he's risking nothing. Yeah, he can force a draw with rook h5, rook h4 check any moment. It's absolutely no reason for him to force a draw.
Yeah.
After all, he's still pawn up.
Yes.
And the point is that rook takes a7 check looks tempting, but in fact it helps black to activate the king. Yes, so Levon goes h5. h5. So you never have rook h5 check. That's why I was a little bit surprised. But he always has rook e3 check.
Maybe rook c6.
Yeah, rook c6 is a solid move. Rook c6 and rook c3, then king e5, and then threaten with rook d6 check. So you kind of probably forced to go rook e3 check. No, he goes king e4.
King e4.
Oh, now he wants to take on a7, and then he will have rook a6 check. Yeah. It's also clever.
Actually, this is a very clever move because now rook h4 check, king e5.
Exactly, and Levon down to 12 seconds.
10 seconds, Levon Aronian. Tricky move, Wei Yi. Tricky guy. King c7, and Levon shaking his head. Take the pawn.
Well, or even play a5, I don't know. Yeah, okay, he takes first the pawn, yeah, king b6.
Okay, rook, now we need a good rook move. Rook h7, I guess. And now it's about tempi, no? Because you have to be careful, like rook h4 check, you have to calculate. Come on. Maybe not. And Levon shaking his head. Very upset.
Yeah, because now white has the draw guarantee. I mean, now he's the one who is deciding when the game ends with the draw. Rook
a8. Look at this. Holding on. He wants a5 check and rook h8 or something, or what? I don't know. c4. Okay. Maybe now rook c8. c3 is still, and d6. Wait,
yeah, c3, d6.
Rook c8 on the board. Wei Yi. Is he going to get his stroke of luck? King b7, rook c5, of course. No, this is now. You have to be careful, Levon Aronian. 17 seconds. How to be precise? The king might walk in front. This is danger. Rook g3.
Yeah, he wants to free the rook so that he will be able to start checking. I mean, I hated this move h5. Yeah, it took away all his options.
It's probably still okay for black.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it should be fine, but yeah, Wei now just needs to
d6, yeah,
to control the clock. Yeah, d6, h4. Okay, now we're gonna see with this time situation, we're gonna see d7, rook d3 takes, and then just shake hands. With 4 seconds on the clock, Wei play, make a move. a5.
Okay. It's also fine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you can still go d7, of course, but
h2. c7.
No, but I don't get this a5. I mean, it's now already not. Why should white play for a win? There is no win. Black has always looked d3.
Rook h7.
Yeah. Okay. This and then c3 d7 comes. So rook d3 is the professional move, and okay, now d7, h2.
Okay.
And then again, Levon would start to play, yeah? Hang on, Wei down to 2 seconds. He lost. No, I mean, he basically almost lost on time, but he's losing now.
Oh no!
Unbelievable.
Losing. Oh no!
Yeah, Levon won. Oh my god.
Oh my god. You're kidding me. What happened there? Oh
Wow.
my
No,
goodness.
this is a
a
catastrophe. Yeah. I mean, okay, the position was just a total draw. Wow. I mean, okay, I told you, I mean, I already did not lie because he's down to seconds. Levon got his counterplay. Oh my God.
I'm in shock. I am in shock. Wei Yi. I don't understand what you've got to make a draw here. Just make a draw and move on to the next game a million ways.
Yeah, I mean, okay, the problem was that suddenly he felt like maybe he got some chances, but I mean, Levon played correctly. And then, okay, just play d7, force the move rook d3, rook takes c4, and okay, it's just a draw on the spot. Oops, and the technique collapsed. Luckily after the game, yeah? Not during the game. We did not miss on dramatic action. Wow, but it was such a drawish position. Unbelievable. This is basically game over, match over. I don't know. It's terrible blow.
I see absolutely no way back for Mr. Wei Yi. We're going to go for a break, collect our thoughts. Wei Yi off to the worst possible start. Needed to hold. Got too ambitious. I don't know what happened. Levon Aronian with the win. That now means that Wei Yi another loss and it's over. That's it. It's finished.
Yeah, well, he needs to win 2 games now. He needs to
win 2 and draw 1.
A very big blow. Yeah.
Very big blow. We'll see if he manages it after this short break. We'll be back.
The Grunfeld is a very good opening for those of you who are striving to get a double edge.
In this video we're going to look at the latest developments in the 6 bishop g5 knight off.
I'm gonna start with sort of my first official Stonewall game.
The idea is not to fight against any opponent move, prevent everything, defend and so on. No, it's just to move.
Okay, so let's send a challenge.
Here is challenging. Nice graphics, easy to see. Oh, what are you thinking about? You're looking how it can be the most painful?
Exactly. Okay, fine.
That I give him up a phone. He wants to be even rude.
B3, A5. What do you think about this opening? Honestly, what do you think?
You don't have to play knight c3. We can actually put a piece on d2, which is better because then we avoid the potential doubling of our c-pawns.
What you have to understand about practical endgames as a whole is that just like in the middle game or the opening, you cannot rely solely on these general considerations.
This is John. John loves to study chess. This is David. David loves to study chess as well, but efficiently. John spends more time setting up the board and figuring out what's on the page of his book than he gets to study. David likes to take it easy and use his time wisely. David has finished his exercise for today. John should try the same.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Silecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Welcome everybody!
My name is Jan Nepomniachtchi, former world chess champion.
Are starting a new course here for Chessable.
A very special Chessable course.
Master your chess with Judith Bolgar.
You know what? I learned a lot.
Seriously? Checkmate! Aim Chess is an intelligent system that analyzes your game, prevents mistakes, and develops recommendations for improving your skill. Phew!
Welcome to the new Chess24 playing experience. Play in light mode or dark mode. Choose from a range of time controls or create a custom game and get paired with players from around the world fast. Enjoy a polished playing experience while making moves on a fresh, responsive board to claim your victories. Train and improve with over 80,000 puzzles. And that's not all. Download now and discover what more you can enjoy in our brand new app.
Hi there, it's me, John Chess, inventor of chess. And are you sick of sucking at chess? Well, lucky for you, I have also invented Aim Chess. Look at this chess puzzle. Did you solve it? Of course not, that's because you're not using Aim Chess. Aim Chess is a digital chess trainer that helps you improve by creating unique lessons based on your recent games. Just link your chess.com, Chess, or Chess24 account and feel that brain wrinkle. Yeah, see, you shouldn't have blundered your queen just there. Now I know! Thanks, Aim Chess! Now all that's left to figure out is how that funny horse moves. They even got acquired by that one chess player other than Hikaru, so you know it's good. Hi, it's me, that guy I just mentioned, and I'm the best chess man in the world. But thanks to Aim Chess, I also have a girlfriend now as well. This could be you! Personalized training, game reports and analysis disease, study plans, thick, luscious hair, intuition builder, all this and more available on Aim Chess.
Hello?
Courtney, did you know that Aim Chess users improve their ratings 43% faster than average?
What?
So what are you waiting for? Join Aim Chess today. Links will be somewhere, probably. I don't know, I just made the video. Aim Chess. Sign up now and get 50k silver and 2 free months off your VPN. Now that's what I call a Queen's Gambit. That's so fucking dumb. Aim Chess, for when you aim to chess. That's their slogan, that's what they say. Ready, aim, chess. That's another. It's... Look, just sign up for Aim Chess, okay? Just... Come on, literally, why not? Alright, just stop being a dick for like 5 seconds and just go. Alright? Jesus Christ.
Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses.
Hello everyone and welcome to this short introduction to the Roy Lopez. So the Roy Lopez is a chess opening that appears after the move e4, black replies e5, we play knight f3, black replies knight c6, and now bishop to b5. This is the Roy Lopez. We intend to castle next, and we are building some initiative in the center later on by playing the move c3 and hopefully d4. It's a very solid and reliable opening. It has been played by basically all the world champions throughout the history of chess. It has been around for hundreds of years, and it can definitely last you a lifetime once you learn it. So I really recommend you all to try out the Roy Lopez.
Air quality isn't the first thing that comes to mind when you think about chess and esports, but it affects our focus, decision-making, health, sleep, and more. What's in the air you breathe? Find out with AirThings.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the final of the FTX Road to Miami tournament. A huge blow dealt to Wei right off the bat. Levon Aronian winning a drawn rook and pawn ending. Wei just unnecessarily pushing. He has 3 more games and now he's in huge danger. Levon Aronian only needs to win 1 more game. That's it. If he wins 1 more, in the next 3 games, the match is over. Wei, first and foremost, cannot go crazy here because the match could be over. But then he needs to win anyway. Beating Levon Aronian is hard enough, let alone doing it now.
Yeah, but I perfectly agree with you that the strategy should be now to stop the bleeding, yeah? Make a comfortable draw from which you can gain some strength, then give everything in the 3rd game. And if you manage to win that, then go all in the last game. Yeah, that's the only strategy that can really work. I mean, trying to bounce back immediately with all these negative emotions, and I don't think that he has a calm head at all. Yeah, it's like in a box match, heavyweight battle, you have been knocked out, you are on the floor. I mean, you're not supposed to jump back right into the action. You have to survive the next couple of minutes and then start to get back on your ambitions if you can. So let's hope for Wei to survive this, and then he can still try something with the white pieces. On the other hand, Levon, knowing how experienced he is, he knows exactly that Wei is wounded right now. And look at this, d4, g6. We're not going to see a draw. Not going to see a draw for sure. I mean,
it's only g6, Peter. It's not g5. You know.
Yeah, but still, do you recall the game Sevian against Wei? We were also burying Wei because he needed to win with the black pieces. He had a miserable position against Sevian, and Sevian was dominating that match there. And finally, in the time scramble, just one blunder from Sevian caused the chance for Wei to come back. and then get that win in the quarterfinals and then win the playoff. I mean, so he has some positive memories, but Levon is such an expert and such a professional player, immediately going for this C3, nice little system. He doesn't want to punish black immediately, says like, you know what, I'm gonna play a solid structure, and if you want to suicide, please, suicide. I'm not gonna do anything crazy myself.
Yeah, it's an annoying system, this, actually, because you know, you want white to be aggressive, where you wanted white to play something like, you know, 3 knight c3 and f4, or 3 knight c3, bishop e3 and h4, or something along those lines. So Levon, being, of course, as you know, the experienced match player that he is, understands the psychology. Knight d7, bishop c4, feeder, hoping for a6.
Yeah, well, after bishop c4, we might be seeing the hippopotamus, yeah, with e6, yeah, you provoke it. No, Levon goes bishop d3, professional approach. I mean, not falling into any provocation. Where he goes e5. Now the big question is that, yeah, I was pretty sure the move knight d7 signaled to me that where he does not want to play the standard way of putting the knight on f6, he will do something strange with knight e7, but I'm not sure that this knight on e7 is such a good piece, to be honest. I mean, if you go knight gf6, yeah, then one of these typical systems which were kind of popular already in the middle of 90s when I was playing this from the white side, black was sometimes doing this b6, bishop b7, and it was quite a serious system. It wasn't so easy for white to claim anything, but with the knight on e7, I mean, and where he goes for this b6, but why is this knight on e7 better than on f6? I'm not understanding it.
Maybe it's not simply.
Yeah, I think the answer is not. And also the point is that trying to be aggressive with f5 never works, because it will backfire with some knight g5, knight e6. Also, drawback behind the knight on e7. I don't know.
Wei Yi could lose very quickly here. It could all be over very, very quickly. Got to be careful. We want this to be a match. We want Wei Yi not to lose this game. That's the important thing. Remember, Levon only needs 2 draws. c5. Goodness me. I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures.
I mean, you know, I feel like if even you don't like the move c5, then it's already very, I mean, you like all these, you know, creating some contra plays, some street fight, but even it's not to your liking, no?
I hate it. I wouldn't play c5 if you paid me 50,000 forints.
Well, forint has collapsed completely.
Well, exactly.
Not risking too much right now.
Actually, how much is €1 in forints nowadays?
Yeah, well, right now it's over 400 forints. I mean, one euro is 401, I think, officially.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness, cheap as chips over in Hungary. Get over to Budapest quick. Goodness me. The last time I went, what was it? I went in like probably 3 years ago. What was it 3 years ago?
Yeah, well, around 300, yeah.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Yeah, so over 30% lost, yeah, in the last 1.5 years or something like this. Brutal. I mean, when the pandemic started, I think it was like 330, and ever since then, of course, with all this terrible war situation and so on, now it's a total collapse. Yeah. Okay, hopefully things will get back to normal pretty soon. But
let's hope so. Goodness. But let's talk about Wei Yi, because I tell you what, actually, even though it's bad for black, it's like bishop c2. Can I play b5 now? What is bishop c2?
It's some over prophylactic, no? This
yeah,
bishop
like
I don't really
like
get it. I mean, it would have been so much more natural to play a4, no? Just to fix this structure and also threaten with some a5. I mean, bishop c2, what on earth is Levon do? And he just keeps on blitzing, yeah? I mean, he feels like he has everything under control. He doesn't mind. Here and bishop c2.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this move. Doesn't feel. I mean, the bishop was doing perfectly fine on d3. Okay, I mean, it can't be a terrible move, of course, but you know.
Yeah, the big question that do you want to create some play here or not? Yeah, or is Vei thinking that I need to somehow get f7, f5 in, but then white's pieces are of course beautifully placed. Yeah, and these knights are terrible. So white has all kinds of e takes f5 and then knight h5 ideas. I mean, maybe knight h4 hitting f5. That's probably the reason why Levon even played bishop c2. That you know what, if you're gonna play at b5, I don't care. I just want to make sure that you will not get some ideas like f5 and then e4 in with tempo with the bishop on d3. I think that's the explanation.
Could be, yeah. But I mean, he's got a few ideas now, right? So b5 is an idea, but also, can you consider c4? I mean, it's a bit ugly, I know. It is ugly, don't get me wrong. But yeah, to put the knight on c5 and try something.
Yeah, to be honest, when the move bishop c2 appeared, my very first thought was, hang on, is c5, c4 a possibility or not? Yeah, because on the other hand, I felt like probably Levon wants to provoke it. Yeah, otherwise, why on earth would he allow this move? But I think it's also a wrong mindset if you are facing Levon and he keeps on blitzing his moves, that you always try to make sense of every of his move. Yeah, it shouldn't be like this, that all his moves are perfect. Yeah, so one should just have the courage and have the critical eyes to actually also challenge his moves. And that's what actually Magnus, for example, doing. Yeah, that he doesn't really care about Levon's brilliances. He just plays his own game and okay, challenges him.
While Wei thinks, want to remind everybody two things actually. Something that we haven't actually shown you guys, but the tour very much respects fighting chess. And believe it or not, there is a bonus fund that is going to be distributed to players as a result of their fighting chess. And our wonderful producer, Satiris, has got a graphic there for us. And you can see that of $200,000 possible, $61,250 has been collected in the kitty from every draw in the regular events. And at the end of the tour, this will be redistributed via the Fighting Chess Index. So I'm sure we can find a tweet or a news item to show you how that is, but that's basically, you know, what it says on the tin. So you don't make a 14-move draw in a Berlin. You know, it's how long you play, how hard you fight, the number of decisive results, that sort of thing. Then rating performance, the players who exceeded their expectations. And then we as commentators and you as viewers are going to vote on the best games from the tour as well. So far, $61,250. Remember, this is the 5th of 9 events of the tour. So that is almost certainly going to be shot up to about $100,000+ well worth getting a hold of. And you can see the remaining events. The FTX Road to Miami is this one here, and then the next one in a month's time. And in fact, the event that both we and Levon are going to be invited to, the FTX Crypto Cup in Miami, Florida. Ocean Drive, Scarface, salsa music, margaritas in the sun. They know nothing about these things, but that is what exists in Miami. Let me tell you. Back to the
so
chess.
You did your research. Yeah, it's the Ocean Drive, right?
Listen, Ocean Drive. Somebody tweeted at me. It was Ocean. Rodeo Drive is in Hollywood, and Ocean Drive is in Miami.
Yes.
And I've been to Miami 3 times. and I can tell you, it is hot over there and expensive. So they better make sure they win a few in the preliminaries, a few of these games, because it ain't cheap. All right, what's going on? Wei bluffing his way through. Could be all she wrote before game 2. It would be a horrible, horrible start. But what is this? This is like the worst Benko I've ever seen. Why would he do this? He could have played b5. He went f5, which was already very
he
loose.
Actually, he's in self-destructing mode, I feel. Yeah, it's just... yeah, I mean, exactly, we were talking about that. Yeah, Levon now with bishop c2, he's kind of inviting f5. Please go f5. Then Wei opted for f5, and if after e takes f5, you have to take with the knight, not with the pawn. That's actually just terrible, because the e4 square is very vulnerable. White's bishop on c2 is a monster. So it was clear that after c4, he wants to break with b5. There is just no other justification of black's play. C takes b5, knight b6, trying to hide the d5 pawn, the only weakness in White's camp. Levon goes a4. Actually, there is no good way of taking the pawn, because bishop takes d5, runs into a5, and then the bishop is lost on d5. If you take with knight on d5, you might get simply pinned with bishop b3. Even because, okay, here you can argue that you can even go back, but White can just, oops, let me just show this. That after knight d5, White can just take knight takes f5 first. And after g takes f5, go bishop b3, and due to the pin, we are simply winning a piece and the game and match, by the way. So, of course, after a4, black had to play a6, breaking the structure. I was actually thinking that maybe the move a5 would be nice, but then I spotted that ab5 would be a very, very nasty cheapo. Oof. I mean, look at this. That's where the match could have turned. But, of course, Levon did not make this blunder. He just takes on a6, rook takes a6, and activates his rook with rook a3.
Awful.
I mean, yeah, if the pawn would be on h7, then maybe black could somewhere jump to d4. But with this vulnerable pawn on g6, I don't know. I'm not believing in any of these miracles here.
I also fear the worst. Feels like an early day for Levon Aronian. If he wins this game, it's all over. Wei has to make a draw. He has to summon the strength. He has to summon the inner, you know, he needs to get his Bruce Lee. Maybe he's a Bruce Lee fan. I don't know. Do any of the Chinese team, you know them probably better than me, Peter. Are they into the martial arts? Are they into the, you know?
Well, I don't really think so. I can't really see any of them, you know, being so incredibly sportive or like this. It's I can't really imagine any of their players. I mean, maybe Bu. I think Bu is like, I wouldn't underestimate him. I mean, he is definitely physically very strong. And but the other guys, I mean, not Wei and not Ding Liren. I mean, they also Hao is not the sportive, the most sportive guy. So yeah, I think it's Bu. Probably it's Bu who is the toughest of them all. Yeah, 97. Okay, 97. It's going after the d5 pawn. Guys, don't get fooled by the computer version. Computer says White is completely winning. Believe me, if this d5 pawn falls somehow and White will not be able to punish black on the spot, yeah, then we might get a big fight. I mean, just imagine black collects the pawn, gets knight before in, and wins the game. So there is some tension. Of course, we know Levon is Levon. I'm expecting he will punish. I don't know, with the timely knight h4 hitting g6 pawn and then trying to checkmate black's king. I wouldn't rule out if we're going to see quick checkmate by Lev.
Wow, knight h4 simply, just brute force.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
This rook on a3 going to swing over at the right moment, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Levon enjoying himself, relaxed. Can smell the finish. He can smell the coffee.
Yeah, no, it just feels to me like Vei lost his nerves and he just took this game as an all or nothing already. He just felt like, okay, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go down in flames if necessary, but I'm not gonna start playing some slow chess. It's also already the 8th day, yeah, of this tournament. Yeah, it's
8 days we've been doing this, Peter. That's unbelievable. I can't work out if it's gone by fast or slow.
Yeah, well, we had so many highlights and so many incredible things. Yeah, basically, I also feel like we only started the event. Yeah, kind of. I mean, we had so many incredible emotional roller coaster rides, but still, yeah, we had so much action that the days just passed. Yeah. Okay, knight h4. We are getting the confirmation from Satiris. Yeah, that knight h4 is just crushing, and of course, it's also the move that I suggested immediately because it's so tempting.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to play knight h4. It's such an Iranian move too.
Yeah, and it fits perfectly with his last move, rook a3.
Exactly. I see
also
no
doesn't
unit.
have other move. I mean, that's the even if White does not spot knight h4 at once, yeah, but once he thinks like, hang on, why is this so complicated? What did I do? I mean, did everything right? Then you automatically finally come to the move that hang on. What? Bishop e4? No, this is a small weak moment by 11. This is
a small big moment. Did I just hear that correctly, Peter? This is a small big moment.
Yes, definitely. I mean, okay, we might have a game, we might have a match. I mean, Bishop e4, of course, it's good enough. We see the computer still believes White is having an advantage, but White is at least not crushing. And if White is not crushing, then we can hope that that maybe there is some miracle in the air.
To be fair, Wei hasn't really had any miracles go his way. He deserves a miracle.
Well, I mean, against Sevian, it was actually a miracle.
Actually, that was a miracle.
That was a miracle. And if I think back about this match, then and the whole tournament that Sevian played, I really feel for him because he played an excellent preliminaries, he played an excellent match. And then in this 4th game, he went low on the clock, and then with one move, this d6, with just one move, he blundered the game away, and after he lost the match, very, very painful. So, and it was also the moment when we were writing Vei off. Yeah, it looked like, okay, there is no way back for Vei, and it looked bad, and he bounced back. So who knows? Maybe there is something in the air that he still feels that he can create here. So what is the, but yeah, bishop e4, let's take a look. For example, if you take with the bishop on d5, yeah, which would be kind of nice not to get pinned, then probably the problem is the move a5. Maybe you can play the move a5, so we can't move with the knight, we have to take on e4. Then knight takes on e4, and you have to go back to c8 maybe. But yeah, Vei opted for queen e8.
Queen e8, I like this move actually.
Yeah, protecting g6, eyeing a4, maybe planning some queen f7 also.
Yes. The professional move, queen e8.
Yes.
The move that says, I'm not out just yet. I like this. Queen e8, good move. One of my favorite moves, queen e8. What's your favorite single move, Peter, in chess?
Wow. I mean, single favorite. Okay.
Single move.
Oof. Well, basically, if I have a stable position and I don't know how to improve, and then you're going to go g3, king g2. Those kind of things, you know, like the thematic moves to increase your position, to improve your position. Those are the moves that I like the most.
Okay, that wasn't quite what I was expecting. But
what are your favorite
moves? Well, my
then?
favorite move is rook from g3 takes g7.
Oh, wow. Okay, but you see the g3 squares. It's a magic square, right?
I've already lifted the rook, and I sacrificed the rook on g7. It could be a pawn, a bishop, and it doesn't matter. I just take that pawn, destructive sacrifice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, all right. I mean, let's not also forget that you remember the very first game yesterday started that Levon suddenly got a very good position and he was hesitant not taking knight e6. And after that, suddenly he lost control of the match and he had all those problems in game 2 and 3. Will this backfire for not going for the kill with knight h4? I mean, this bishop e4 is a slightly, unusual Levon, like if he doesn't know exactly what he wants from this game.
Yeah, bishop e4 is a weird move, actually, a very weird move. And now Levon okay, now knight h4. Okay, I mean, is this a little... What does he... he wants to... Sorry, what does he want to do? Bishop d5. Then he wants to take... No, he can't. Wait, bishop d5.
Yeah, well, I think he still insists on this a5 idea, after bishop d5.
Okay.
I think he wants to disbalance this knight from b6. You don't want to allow black capturing this with this knight. So yeah, we're going to play a5. Kind of forcing you to take on e4. Then knight e4 comes with a tempo. And for example, after bishop e4, knight e4, if you're going to go back with the knight to... Wow, he goes rook takes a4. He grabs this pawn.
Okay.
What does it mean? So after rook a4, he wants to take queen takes a4, trying to trade queens, and then hope that in the endgame he will be able to collect d5. I don't think Levon will give him a chance to play endgame. Definitely not. Hang on, can Levon play a move like rook b3? Is that a move?
Rook takes e4. Can we?
Yeah, but rook e4, I mean, the problem still remains, yeah?
Yeah.
No, Levon goes rook a4. Okay, rook a4, queen a4. No, knight
takes
takes a4. What is this?
What is this? The evaluation bar shot up.
Yeah, this doesn't feel right.
That evaluation bar grew more than Pragnananda through the epidemic. Let me tell you, no, because I saw Pragnananda in the year 2019, end of, or maybe beginning of 2020. The next time I see him, he's like 6'5" tall and all of that. Same with Gukesh. They all grew. I didn't see these guys for 2 years, and they're all monsters. They all grew up in height and elo by exactly the same amount. 200 centimeters and 200 points. Amazing. Knight takes a4. The computer hates it, but why? Why is it so bad? Queen b3? That's the answer?
Yeah, trying to isolate the knight. Yeah, the knight does not have a retreat square hitting the bishop, and does Levon intends to play bishop c2, trapping the knight?
Oh, wow.
Wow, which means that you have to go bishop c8, bishop d7, but then you lose the attack on the d5 pawn.
But you have won a pawn.
Okay, you only gained back the pawn, yeah, because you sacrificed before.
Oh, that's true.
That's the bad news.
Yeah, that is the bad news.
Bishop c8, yeah, had to be played. A very, very sad move, to be honest. I mean, maybe Levon will now insist with queen c2 on putting pressure on this g6 pawn. Now that the bishop is not hitting the d5 pawn anymore. Yeah, queen c2 on the board.
Okay, this is still ugly, isn't it, for black, despite everything? I mean, okay, how do you defend this pawn, actually? Rook f6, something ugly like that? Yeah, played.
On the board. I mean, I just hate this rook takes a4 business. I mean, it just, it feels completely wrong. I mean, black had to target this d5 pawn, somehow eliminate, and then if it's bad, but at least he eliminated, and then, okay, you lose. But here, I don't think that he really has counter chances. It's just bad for no, without any hope, yeah?
You think it's hopeless, the position?
Well, I mean, hopeless in the sense that where is the counterplay? Yeah, that how do you confuse white? It seems like white is in total control. Everything is nice. The knight somehow has to retreat to b6. I mean, okay, hopefully black will have time to come back. I don't feel that black should have the time to come back, but maybe he can come back.
Okay.
Okay, Levon at least
6 minutes, yeah.
He's a little bit lower on the time than he usually is used to. Bishop d3, trying to get knight e4 in. Hitting the rook and the pawn. Annoying move, very annoying move. What to do now?
Tough.
Maybe black has to go g5. I know we don't want to go g5, but maybe we have to. Yeah, g5 on the board.
This move is the move that has cost me most rating points in my career. A single measly little pawn move. And I just mean from g6 to g5. I don't even mean from g7. Just g6 to g5 has just cost me dozens of rating points.
It means it was too aggressive, but it was premature, right? Or what?
It was premature. It was badly timed. It was overly aggressive. It was everything.
Yeah, but it came with the will to create counterplay, right?
Yeah, the spirit was there, but just the execution, not quite.
Yeah, and knight f5. Yeah, Levon goes for it.
Yeah.
Occupies the light squares.
Okay, so takes is just bad, huh?
I mean, okay, at least white knight will not land on e4. This is the good news, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The bad news that the position is horrible.
That's not much of a consolation.
Yeah, but I mean, knight e4 was like finishing the game on the spot, so it's already some achievement that is only miserable but not resignable. Yeah, this knight on a4 is just so far away, and bringing it back will always cost us something.
Okay, knight f5 played. Now, he'll go... Bishop takes is actually interesting, or is it ridiculous?
Well, I wanted to say that I feel that Levon will take with the knight, to be honest.
But now if I take, and now like go knight b6, just come back.
Okay, quickly. I mean, get back with this knight.
Yeah, this knight is ridiculous. Yes. How bad is this for black?
And okay, you are hitting d5 pawn.
Yeah.
And if white protects, maybe you also have somewhere some knight c8, knight e7, but maybe it's premature to trade.
I wanted to go bishop f8 next, just stabilize, cemento, d6 and h6, and queen f7, exactly. And this d pawn, I mean, of course, it's not easy to take, but I'm not convinced that Levon has played this the best way.
Yeah, no, not at all. Somehow it feels to me like the result was very much on his mind. Yeah, like, okay, not to do anything stupid, trying to be aggressive, but at the only semi-aggressive, and keeping the option of being solid as well. And by this, he is actually has given, I mean, now I don't feel that white is really better. Yeah, I mean, we also see now the evolution bar, but even without the evolution bar, the knight is far away from the e4 square. Yeah, if knight would land on e4, it would be still terrible, but it's just too far away. This knight protects on d5. Okay, good, bravo, but black has all kinds of ideas now. Okay, still creating counterplay is problematic for black, but yeah, queen f7. Okay, step by step. Maybe if you can go h5 and g4, that would be kind of a big step forward.
Massive improvement to Wei Yi's position and his chances of staying in the tournament. Just a few moves ago, knight h4 was lights out. Levon, bishop e4, very unusual. He hasn't shown the absolute smoothest killer touch this tournament, Levon, despite being in the final. He's had to work very hard, get a bit lucky in places to be where he is. I feel like we haven't seen an absolutely in prime form Levon. I haven't seen prime form. I've seen good Levon, but I'm not feeling the relentless execution that we're used to by Levon. I don't know if you feel the same.
Yeah, I feel the same. I absolutely agree that he's very resourceful, he's very professional and so on. But yeah, actually, he wasn't so famous for being really professional. Yeah, he was this kind of guy who was ready to gamble. He was ready to take risk in order to try to get the maximum out of the position. And now he goes b4. I mean, this is already a nervous move. It's not a move that you really, I mean, it does nothing to the position apart of trying to simplify things. Wow, I mean, I'm really hoping that maybe we're gonna see some excitement, and also, I mean, Wei might be back in this game. I mean, definitely now he's not going to lose it. That's already good news. But maybe even he can. I mean, if Levon keeps on being shaky, then who knows what might happen.
What's the idea of b4? You just wants to enter in c6 or something, does he? I guess cb4, queen c6 or something like that.
Yeah, but it also leaves the f2 pawn abandoned. It's
yeah,
cb4 on the board. I mean, of course, you take it. You have nothing to lose already. And queen c6, okay. You also have move like knight d7, yeah. And then the knight is heading towards c5.
c5, yeah. No, this is nervous. This is nervous play.
Exactly. It's not this flow, yeah. That if he would have just crushed with knight h4, and then we say like, wow, total applause because every move made sense, and what a punishment for dubious play. Yeah, finally there is no punishment here, and where you can feel like his strategy is kind of justified. Yeah, that he was suffering, he was taking risks, but he gets some reward that in time scramble there might be some chances.
Can you imagine if he wins this game, Wei Yi, how that will just inject a new lease of life into this final? It will make it a complete. It will be, you know, random-ish again.
Exactly. I mean, Levon would be kicking himself, and first, as I always say, yeah, very important for the player to forgive himself, because I mean, if Levon looks at this game, then he will not understand how on earth didn't I just go knight h4 and crush the guy. Yeah, it's not like he didn't see the idea, because he played bishop e4 and next move he went knight h4. Yeah, so he was kind of thinking, should I go? And then he got hesitant, and now he plays b4, opponent takes cb4, and now he's not blitzing out his move. It again shows that he is right now in a very shaky situation. And look at this, how he's holding his head now. He's fully concentrated. That's actually, that's how he came up with this queen f4, right? And the save with king e2. Whenever Levon felt like, now it's the moment that hang on, I'm running some big risk, then he was going deep inside his thoughts, and he came up with very, very precise, great moves. Queen b3. The computer agrees.
Unbelievable stuff. You would just expect Levon to put Wei Yi away, but Levon shaking his head. He's sort of like, how has this happened? Why is this position on the board? What have I done? Rook f4. Goodness me.
Yeah, and he's not done to less than 2 minutes. Yeah, bishop d2 played. It's all about coordination. If now Levon will be in time to take on b4 and put pressure on d6, then everything is under control. The big question, can black somehow with very energetic play somehow create real counterplay?
Okay, bishop d2 on the board. So what can you do here as black? Rook d4, knight takes d5. Rook d4?
Yeah, rook d4, bishop b4, knight takes d5. It's one of those forced lines that I'm also trying to figure out where does it lead. Yeah, we have to take.
Because can you take on d6? I'm not sure.
I don't think so. Yeah, because bishop d6, knight is oops, knight e3, and bishop is hanging. This is the problem.
So hold on, rook d4, rook d4.
Yeah, takes, then. I mean, knight c2 is ugly. Taking on d5 doesn't seem good enough. Okay, Levon should have something in mind. That's for sure. I'm not getting it yet.
Me neither.
But according to computer, the evaluation says that it's equal, so apparently he knows what he's doing. Rook d4, bishop takes b4, knight takes d5. I mean, how complicated is this? Why are we not understanding what's going on?
I don't see it.
I also don't see it. I mean, okay, trading on d5 is terrible. How do we use the, I mean, some knight c4 runs into the spin. Yeah, we just lose a piece after knight takes b4. Ah, hang on. Bishop takes d6, knight e3, queen b8 check. That's the move. Oof.
Oh, wow.
That's the move. But still, okay, king h7, f takes e3, rook d2. Isn't this dangerous?
The game continues. Rook f1, queen a2. Oh no, queen b1 check.
Then
oh no, the
but I mean, queen d5 also. It's.
Or queen d5 just ends it, actually.
I mean, it's. I don't know, but very down to 45 seconds, and he takes on f2. We will never find out.
We'll never know.
Yeah, and he goes for e4. Yeah, he's trying this. This is the other spicy, the knight of spirit. Yeah, that bishop comes to d4. Grunfeld, knight of king's Indian. You call it. Bishop d6, bishop d4. This is very much Lawrence. No, you would love this.
I would love it. This is it. But
finally, the beast is awakened. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. So okay, e4 and Levon taking his time because he might not want to let this happen. But does he have a choice like bishop c3 trading? But then his pawn done and also pawn on d5 is vulnerable. But maybe he should go for bishop c3.
I mean, yes. I kind of like bishop c3.
Yeah, maybe he needs to play bishop c3. I mean, forget about the pawn. Then also some knight g4 ideas might appear. Black c, yeah, bishop c3 on the board. It's the right choice.
Yeah, good move.
Takes. And okay, takes. Yeah, look at this now. Computer is very happy with white.
Yeah, white is stable.
Yeah. And now in time trouble, this is all white needed. Yeah. Now he has all these knight g4 ideas. Knight on b6 is terrible.
Very dangerous for Wei Yi. Suddenly.
Yeah, this rook takes f2 just did not feel right.
Queen f6 maybe. To go to d4, but it's... No, sorry, I'm dropping the rook. But what to do? Knight g4 is a huge threat.
Yeah, very huge threat. Yeah, rook f4.
Rook f4, okay. Yes.
Yes, at least the rook is not hanging. Knight g4 is not decisive threat, but even something like...
Queen c6? Just win a
queen
pawn?
c6, yeah?
Yeah, we're stable.
Yeah, double attack, yeah?
Queen a7 maybe. Queen a7 he wants.
Yeah, but I mean, even that, then all this queen takes d6, queen g6 check, queen takes h6. I mean, please calculate. Maybe you're gonna drop the g5. And I know it's This is now with 20 seconds on the clock. Practically, I feel it's lost again for Wei.
Awful.
Yeah.
No, and he's got a resigned face. He feels like this shouldn't have happened. But
knight f6. Yeah, he at least managed to regroup his knight. But this knight on east is such a monster. Yeah, so basically white can start activating his rook somewhere. Yeah, rook c1 or whatever. Black's king is in a lot of pain and danger. For example, rook c1 with the idea rook c8 check and rook c7 after pinning on the 7th rank. Yeah, rook c1 played. Yeah, this is now hopeless.
Hopeless.
Yeah. The gorgeous knight on e3.
Levon Aronian. Just too good. Too much power for Wei. 8 seconds. Doesn't even have a move, does he?
Yeah, he doesn't have
Queen
a move.
D7.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. Knight
Okay, Queen D7 is a good try.
But
Queen
now hang
D7
on,
is a
Queen B8 check, you have to play knight E8.
Yes.
And then rook C8, rook F8.
Rook
I mean,
F8.
okay, but this is horrible.
Okay, Levon also down to 46 seconds. It's bad. It's very, very bad. Queen B8, knight E8. But okay, if I draw with black, magically, I'm still in the competition. That's how Wei Yi has to approach this. Do or die. And also,
well, I don't think that at this moment he has any time for any thoughts. Yeah, he's down to 20 seconds. He's just reacting. He's using his instincts to stay alive and forget about any speculation. Rook C8, rook F8, and then Queen F7 will be some counterplay. And that's what you need in time trouble, counterplay. H3 played. Correct, but now actually Wei gets the chance to stabilize.
Yeah. Queen F7, Queen F7.
But Queen F7, knight G4.
Yes, please. Okay, Queen F1, Queen F4.
Yeah, probably.
For example.
Yes.
Takes. Rook E8, knight F6, King F7 is no good.
Yeah, that's
knight takes
H6 for black.
Yeah, no, I get the e-put. Wei Yi!
And Levon down to 15 seconds.
He can't, surely he can't. Surely from this abysmal position, King H1. What? Surely not. Too much of a finesse.
Well, but stopping Queen F2 check. Yeah, it's a clever
Levon
move.
shaking his head. Queen F4. Queen F4.
Yeah,
please.
Queen F4 is a good move. Yeah, Queen F4,
Yes,
Queen
please.
B3, Knight D6. Knight D6 immediately.
Knight D6.
Wow.
This is it. Wei Yi out of the woods. Takes. Let's finish now. Hold on. If you trade queens, are you in trouble with white?
I mean, yeah, exactly. Can black try to use this? Now both sides have these wonderful knights. Yeah, takes. And black's king will reach e5, but runs into knight g4 check. So white should be able to hold it.
Yeah. But Wei Yi's still in the competition.
Exactly.
Levon Aronian 7 to h4. What is this move?
Well, trying to trade as much as possible.
Probably a good move.
Yeah, he's...
But Levon should have put the match away. That was a moment to just end it. And he doesn't do it. King f7. No way to lose here. h5. This is potentially clever.
Yeah, fixing the weakness.
But okay, I want to put my knight on f. How do I do this? King f6. Okay, yeah. Knight g4 check. Wait, can I go king f5? Knight h6, king f4?
You can. The big question, what do you achieve with it?
Well, I put the king on e3. I walk in front of the pawn at the right moment. No, it's probably not enough, right?
Probably not enough, but something to really consider. On the other hand, yeah, then also black is running the risk of losing again, yeah?
Yeah,
but
he's
he goes for it.
Going for it. Yeah. King f4. This is the way to play.
So
King
King
g1.
yeah.
Yeah. Now the problem is you've got no... It's probably...
Yeah, g4, correct? I mean, just not to let white go g4 and then knight f5 eventually.
Yes.
And the knight on h6 is kind of trapped, yeah?
Well, it can go to g8.
Yes, but okay, it's not exactly the desired route.
If I put my pawn on g3, I get excited as black, no?
Well, I mean, okay, king f1, king e2 will come anyway. Yeah, knight g8 first. Yeah, also the h pawn. We should not forget about the h pawn.
Yeah, this is the real problem. King e3?
Really pushing it, yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
I mean, king e3, h6.
King d2.
h7.
Knight f7.
Knight h6 tempo. No, then you lose.
Knight h6?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, h6, king g6. I mean, yeah, now
knight f5 he wants. Yes.
Wants to make sure that he will draw it.
But hold on, why is it a draw? My knight is trapped, no? Ah, it's never trapped.
It's never trapped. I mean, okay, I can even go h7 and then knight f6 takes.
Yes.
It's black who, okay, easily check, yeah. It should be a draw. But then g4 pawn is falling. I mean, how exactly is black making a draw?
Yeah, actually, now black has to fight. Incredible.
Yeah, black has to fight, and down to 20 seconds. I mean, very easy to eventually... but he has knight h4 later to trade the pawns. Yeah, knight h4.
This is the move. Good move. Wei Yi.
Yeah, and then king f1, king f5.
King f5, and it's, yeah.
But king f5, d6, but then king e6, yeah.
Yeah.
So if king f1, king f5, d6, king e6, and we're gonna see a third game, and we are very lucky and very happy.
I'm very happy that we're going to see a third game because I think the fans want it. I know I want it.
Exactly, it's very nice. I mean, yeah, Wei is holding, and then we still got this third game. And Wei has already shown in this game that he's willing to go absolutely all in, even with black, than with white. It will be more comfortable. Smart, sneaky move by Levon, knight d2, but now you
king
can just
e5
take
loses?
knight take g2.
No.
Yeah, and king e5.
Knight e4, no. All right. Draw. Levon Aronian missing a chance to end the match, but still in firm control. Only needs a draw to win the tournament. Peter, how do you estimate Wei Yi's chances to win 2 in a row? What kind of percentage would you give to that happening?
Well, I mean, I don't want to say any percentage. I don't think that percentage really matters, but I do believe that now he got some momentum going because he was ready to, I mean, he didn't just make a draw by playing a solid normal game. Yeah, he showed the intention that he is willing to take some tremendous risk, and he's ready to burn everything to try to bounce back. It got finally exciting. It looked like Levon missed the chance, and okay, this is something that Wei can build. Yeah, that he saw that Levon is also a bit vulnerable now that he's so close of winning the match. Yeah, he shows some nerves, and okay, let's go Wei. I mean, if he has an idea, if he can get a playable position, then I feel like after this game he might be in the mood to really create some real problems for Levon.
All right. That is the situation. Wei Yi, he knows what he has to do. That's the beautiful thing. He has to win 2 games. A win and a draw is not enough. He needs to win 2 games and 2 games only. And that even doesn't guarantee him winning. He would then have to take it to a tiebreak. Levon Aronian, of course, huge favorite. Only needs a draw. But some shakiness there by Levon. Wei Yi, as Peter was saying, a little bit of momentum on his side. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. But It's going to be very exciting. We know that there's going to be chances. It's not going to be a dull game. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Before we go to break, remember to check out the wall on Chess24. Solve some puzzles, get some prizes, new.chess24.com/wall. And if you are an improving player, you want to improve your chess free of charge, go to chess24.com/free for your improvers pack. Anna Rudolph, Simon Williams, Daniel Naroditsky, puzzles. What more do you want? It's free. Go and get it today. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Can Wei Yi do the impossible? After what we've seen in 2022, the answer is, well, maybe. We'll see you in a few minutes.
The Grunfeld is a very good opening for those of you who are striving to get a double edge.
In this video we're going to look at the latest developments in the 6 bishop g5 knight off.
I'm gonna start with sort of my first official Stonewall game.
The idea is not to fight against any opponent move, prevent everything, defend and so on. No, it's just to move.
Okay, so let's send a challenge.
Here is challenging. Nice graphics, easy to see. Oh, what are you thinking about? You're looking how it can be the most painful?
Exactly. Okay, fine.
That I give up a phone. He wants to be even rude.
B3, A5. What do you think about this opening? Honestly, what do you think?
You don't have to play knight c3. We can actually put a piece on d2, which is better because then we avoid the potential doubling of our c-pawns.
What you have to understand about practical endgames as a whole is that just like in the middle game or the opening, you cannot rely solely on these general considerations.
This is John. John loves to study chess. This is David. David loves to study chess as well, but efficiently. John spends more time setting up the board and figuring out what's on the page of his book than he gets to study. David likes to take it easy and use his time wisely. David has finished his exercise for today. John should try the same.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Sulecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery.
Welcome everybody!
My name is Jan Pomnishi, former world chess champion.
Are starting a new course here for Chessable.
A very special Chessable course.
Master your chess with Judith Bolgar.
You know what? I learned a lot.
Seriously? Checkmate! Aim Chess is an intelligent system that analyzes your game, prevents mistakes, and develops recommendations for improving your skill. Phew!
Welcome to the new Chess24 playing experience. Play in light mode or dark mode. Choose from a range of time controls or create a custom game and get paired with players from around the world fast. Enjoy a polished playing experience while making moves on a fresh, responsive board to claim your victories. Train and improve with over 80,000 puzzles. And that's not all. Download now and discover what more you can enjoy in our brand new app.
Hi there, it's me, John Chess, inventor of chess. And are you sick of sucking at chess? Well, lucky for you, I have also invented Aim Chess. Look at this chess puzzle. Did you solve it? Of course not, that's because you're not using Aim Chess. Aim Chess is a digital chess trainer that helps you improve by creating unique lessons based on your recent games. Just link your chess.com, Chess, or Chess24 account and feel that brain wrinkle. Yeah, see, you shouldn't have blundered your queen just there. Now I know! Thanks, Aim Chess! Now all that's left to figure out is how that funny horse moves. They even got acquired by that one chess player other than Hikaru, so you know it's good. Hi, it's me, that guy I just mentioned, and I'm the best chess man in the world. But thanks to Aim Chess, I also have a girlfriend now as well. This could be you! Personalized training, game reports and analysis disease, study plans, thick, luscious hair, intuition builder, all this and more available on Aim Chess.
Hello?
Courtney, did you know that Aim Chess users improve their ratings 43% faster than average?
What?
So what are you waiting for? Join Aim Chess today. Links will be somewhere, probably. I don't know, I just made the video. Aim Chess. Sign up now and get 50k silver and 2 free months off your VPN. Now that's what I call a Queen's Gambit. That's so fucking dumb. Aim Chess, for when you aim to chess. That's their slogan, that's what they say. Ready, aim, chess. That's another. It's... Look, just sign up for Aim Chess, okay? Just, come on, literally, why not? Alright, just stop being a dick for like 5 seconds and just go, alright? Jesus Christ.
Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses.
Hello everyone and welcome to this short introduction to the Ruy Lopez. So the Ruy Lopez is a chess opening that appears after the move e4, black replies e5, we play knight f3, black replies knight c6, and now bishop to b5. This is the Ruy Lopez. We intend to castle next and we are building some initiative in the center later on by playing the move c3 and hopefully d4. It's a very solid and reliable opening. It has been played by basically all the world champions throughout the history of chess. It has been around for hundreds of years, and it can definitely last you a lifetime once you learn it. So I really recommend you all to try out the Roy Lopez.
Air quality isn't the first thing that comes to mind when you think about chess and esports, but it affects our focus, decision-making, health, sleep, and more. What's in the air you breathe? Find out with Air Things.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the final of the FTX Road to Miami tournament. It's day 2, and the situation is clear as daylight. Wei Yi got off to a horrible start, blundering a rook and pawn ending that he should have drawn. He escapes from a catastrophic opening and position in game 2, but he's still alive. And as in the poker community, they say, a chip and a chair, and you can win. And that is exactly what Wei Yi has got. He's got a chip and a chair to sit on. He needs 2 wins. It's as simple as that. Nothing else will suffice. First things first, white pieces. Put the pressure on Levon. Get that elusive win and then gamble in game 4. Peter, we're back. For game 3, there was a moment where we thought it was all over. There would be no game 3. I already thought I would be discussing bicycles with you, but no. Here we are talking about chess.
And look at this. Levon changed his shirt again.
Yes, this is some kind of... He did that, you know, he bad game or not converting. He's very superstitious about the shirts. So this time the bright orange number and Wei Yi. What's he going to go for? He can't play e4. He just says, I have got nothing against this marshal. I have to play d4 and try something against a Ragozin or whatnot. I'm very curious to see.
Well, will he repeat this a3 Nimzo? Yeah, because it was a surprise. He got then tricked by Levon. But if, for example, his team says that against Levon's move order, we already have a plan. No, wow, g4. Okay.
Hello. All right. This is what we're talking about. This is where we are. This is the Mamedyarov school of chess.
Yes.
He played this against
Yasipenko.
Yes.
Yes.
Great move. Weakens the king side and doesn't achieve very much. Still a great no. It's a good move. We'll explain why. If you take the pawn, which is the first move you look at, white can now play the move pawn to e4, gaining time against the knight. And if the knight goes back to f6, you go e5, and you have gained all this time on the knight. Levon, a bit surprised by g4, will not have looked at this before the game. So the question is, how best to react to it? Is bishop b4 the move?
Yeah, I think bishop b4 is a professional way. Yeah, bishop b4 on the board.
Yeah.
That's how Yasipenko also reacted, I believe. Or did Yasipenko play with d5? Maybe I don't recall exactly. But yeah, it's a very natural way of just check, trade one pair of pieces. The pawn on g4, for example, now is already clearly hanging. But even though I'm not sure that Levon wants to take it. Yeah, d5. This is the very classical approach. Yeah, knight c3. White is coming out. The pawn on g4 is still hanging.
The idea is, I was talking to a very talented young French grandmaster, originally from Algeria. I think he still plays for Algeria, living in France. Bilal Belhassane. You maybe know him. He also played this a few times, and I was speaking to him about it. And this This is not that easy to meet in a practical situation. You get pushed knight d5, h4, and then you go e4, and you just say, okay, what's the problem? Basically.
Yes, I understand the point. I mean, first of all, if g4 would be a total nonsense, then Mamajalo would have never dared to play it in a classical game. Yeah, it was played in Vaikanze, so it definitely shows that there is a real fundament behind the move. It's not a total randomness. Otherwise, he would have just preferred to play it in Blitz or maybe some online rapid. But he did it in Vaikanze.
If you were playing Vaikanze 1996,
I did play in 96 in Vaikanze. Yes.
There you go. So you're in the Vaikanze. It's you, Kasparov, Anand, Chucky. Who else will be there? Nigel.
Well, Vishy and Chucky were there. Kasparov started to play, I think, from 99, I believe.
Okay,
he wasn't playing before in Vaikanze, and then Vaikanze became like, you know, this tournament for also which included Kasparov. So suddenly they got this creme de la creme, absolutely the creme de la creme.
Okay, so maybe then, I don't know, somebody like Nigel was there. Who else in 96 would be there? Korchnoi maybe not. Anyways, you see the move 3g4 on the board. Okay, on one of the boards. Is it possible? Is it a move that you would see in 96?
No, in 96 not. Definitely
it's impossible,
not.
Right? This move is laughed. Korchnoi comes over. He whispers in the guy's ear, you don't know how to play chess. Mid-game.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
This is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. We can see moves like g4, and it's not... And look at the white position. It's glorious. Castle long, yalla, d5, off we go.
Yes, and black has some problems. I mean, how do you get out? Because some timely d4, d5 is in the air. Of course, you don't want to castle short because you might end up into some attack with h5, h6 or h5, g6. Yeah, queen e7 had to be played, d5. That's exactly what I meant. Now the knight has to move. Yeah, knight b4 jumps away, and black is trying to evacuate his king with long castles. But this is Levon, yeah. Despite that it's looking like white is doing something. Yes. Look at how he's paying attention to be as solid as possible. Yeah, no weaknesses. And for example, after a3, I would expect Levon maybe want to just play knight d3 check, bishop takes, and then go long castles and say, "Thank you very much. You know what? I'm super solid. What you want from me?"
Yeah.
So yeah, Wei has to come up with something interesting. I mean, is a move like queen d4 something that one considers, but a little bit it feels slow.
I think you do just go a3 here. He played it.
He played queen
d4.
Queen
d4. He wants to just... What does he want? He wants to just take on g7, or what does he want? Queen g7.
Well, also maybe I'm trying to take on c4, yeah, so that that the knight on b4 will still be vulnerable. However, there will be some c7, c5. For example, if let's just show this long castles, and if I would take bishop takes c4, I might run into c5. Very, very nasty, because the queen is attacked, the bishop on c4 is hanging as well, and d takes c6, bishop c6 would lose the game immediately, thanks to the attack on those pieces. Yeah, so one needs to be careful. I don't know, after long castle, queen take g7, but it really feels like black should get then some very, very dangerous counterplay with ed5, and then the bishop opens up. Yeah, what does Wei want after long castles? Maybe he just wants a3.
Maybe, I mean, yeah.
Maybe just a3, and
he wants to take with the rook.
Exactly. Yeah, takes, and then still keep some pressure with the queen on d. I mean, at least psychological pressure. Yeah, that you you signal your opponent that okay, I have some ideas. Queen d4.
Well, he had to try something creative, didn't he? He couldn't play run of the mill. You know, these moves like a3 would just give Aronian too easy time. So you've got to make Aronian think. You've got to find ways to unbalance things. Get Aronian down on the clock. Look, 4 minutes advantage already for Wei Yi. This is what you have to do. Keep some pieces on. Keep some dynamism in the position. Get him low on time. Get him thinking. Get him questioning himself.
Yeah, but I kind of f6. Wow.
F6.
So Levon really felt like maybe White will take on g7. He does not want to give that option. He goes f6. But hang on, what is this? So if we play a3, okay, it's very solid for black. Yeah, he has multiple ways of staying solid, of course.
Yes. F6 might be brilliant. I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah, but okay, for example, yeah, let me just play a3. I don't know what to do, so I will play primitively. I mean, do you have anything better than knight d3 check?
You can't throw in e5, right? Is that ridiculous?
Well, you can throw in, but I'm not sure if you want to fix the structure with e5, queen e3. Because then you will never be able to break my structure. I'm wondering that what happens after, for example, c5. Is that a move?
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's a move, but maybe it's maybe I'm gonna regret it. It's a double-edged move.
I don't like c5.
Yeah, I also don't like. No, it just I was mentioning that yeah, there are moves like this, but yeah, it's not what you want to play if you want to be as solid as rock. Yeah, now okay. Wei needs to find the creative way, but you can't take bishop takes c4 just to highlight. Yeah, bishop takes c4 loses the piece on the spot after e5.
Right.
And again, the same issue that the queen can't protect the bishop anymore. So that's why I understand the move ace is not fancy and it's not exactly what we want, but maybe just to clarify the situation, it would be nice. And I mean, if you gain this tempo e5, okay, I'm gonna play queen e3. I think I'm quite happy that I made sure that you close the center.
All right.
I mean, black is perfectly fine, probably, but yeah, I mean, just knight d3 check. Yeah, okay, let's take, rook takes d3. Maybe now knight c4 jumps, knight can get to d6. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So in fact, I have to take with the queen, but if I take with the queen, then I'm losing the grip on the dark squares. Then maybe some queen c5 and also followed by knight c4. Counterplay is coming.
Yes.
Yeah, tough moment for.
Tough moment. Yeah.
Body language, does it tell you anything, the body language? Not really, yeah?
Not really. I mean, I think he's just trying to think of ways to make it, you know, to not make it. I think.
Wow! What? E5.
Exactly. That's what he wants to make it.
And Levon castles immediately. What on earth is happening?
How do you castle immediately there? Not even 10. He spent 4 seconds or something on that move. How do you play castles long? What is this magic?
Yeah, well, basically it means that he had anticipated the move e5, yeah?
I mean, it's the only explanation. But even still, it lands on the board and you say, okay.
Yeah, d6.
D6, yeah, let's go. Goodness me.
there apparently is some incredible brilliance. I mean, is there some timely bishop c6 somehow after cdd bishop, or immediate? I don't know.
No. That doesn't work. DE.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to work. Yeah, so c takes d. Okay, ed6. Or you just gonna move the queen back to f7 or something? Yeah.
Queen f7. Okay, but I don't get it. I take on c4. You just want to play compensation there or something.
I mean, there is some intrigue in the position. Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
I mean,
and where he's thinking, yeah.
Too brilliant. What is he thinking about here, actually?
Yeah, exactly. That is, for example, that does he want to include gf6, gf6?
Yes.
Is that an important moment for him?
That's what he's thinking about.
Because finally it's clear that he will have to take ed6, but yeah, if he wants to include gf or not, yeah.
Maybe Levon just thinks he'll go queen f7 and then king b8 and just put a rook on c8, but at least Wei has got a position, you know?
He definitely got. But this knight on b4 is also some kind of a partisan. It's a very, very nasty piece, because somewhere some queen f7, queen g6 might threaten queen c2 checkmate. Yeah, it's something to also pay attention to. I mean, for example, just to highlight, yeah, this ed queen f7. I had the tendency to give this queen c5 check, trying to lure the knight back to c6, but however, probably black will always react with bishop c6 after queen c6. I mean, after queen c5 check. And then due to this pin, I have some problems. Because knight d4 runs into knight a6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nasty move.
That's very nasty.
That's really nasty, Peter.
This is kind of the problem, yeah, in this forced line. So that's why Wei is trying to figure out a way that how to deal with this situation. Intuitively, you don't want to include gf because, okay, this g file, it's probably opens up for black. Or does he think about gf, ef? But it's so strange, right?
Yeah, I hate it.
I mean, okay, it only has the benefit that you want to destroy, but you can maybe just play queen f8. I mean, it's super ugly. It's impossible. Yeah, no, okay.
No. I think he'll sell off for ED, and then Levon will come up with some ideas. But
yeah, ED on the board.
Yeah.
Queen f7 blitzed out. Yeah, this c6 square. I mean, this is the soul of black's position. The bishop can come to c6. Yeah, queen c5 check. Bishop c6. We're gonna see this line.
Yes.
What? Knight c6?
Knight c6?
Wow.
What is going on?
Hang on. Oh,
knight
wow,
d4?
after bishop c6, could it be that he had intended to play queen takes b4 and bishop takes f3, knight b5? And then some very strange construction. If we manage to take on a7 and take on b6, yeah, we are not setting anything yet, but black is in some kind of a box, and then knight b5 back, queen a7 checkmate. Ideas would appear. Yeah, for example, just to illustrate, if black takes the rook, knight a7 check, king b8, queen takes b6, and there is no queen c7. And our next move is knight b5, queen a7. Scary. Scary. And Levon goes back bishop. I mean, he goes back knight c6 instead of this.
All right. Well, now the queen feels a little bit safer, at least. Okay, so what are the candidate moves here? Knight d4 has to be a candidate move.
Yeah, knight d4 with idea knight db5, right?
Knight db5, maybe bishop g2 just to complete development as well. Bishop g2 immediately is a candidate.
But then maybe black will play e5 and stops any kind of knight d4s, yeah?
That is also a very good
I think
point.
that's why this your intuition with knight d4 was a
Yes,
very
that's
nice.
my first intuitive move.
Yeah, but hang on, after knight d4, maybe then black plays king b8.
Yeah.
So that after bishop g2, black will have rook c8, like you mentioned before. Yeah, that is king b8, rook c8 is a very typical nice way of.
Actually, that's very annoying.
Dealing with this.
And now look at this, Wei Yi down to 6 minutes. He was up 5 minutes, and now he's down 5 minutes.
Yeah, I have to say that Levon's time management is just incredible. I think that's the biggest asset that he's showing in these online events. He always controls the clock. He knows when to think, and even here he got surprised. It looked like Levon is taking his time, but look at this. He's still having almost 12 minutes on the clock. Brilliant time management. I know from myself, if I'm getting surprised, I start to think, and there is no end to it. Yeah, it feels like I'm playing a correspondence game. Yeah, I mean, let me dig in and find everything that I will never play over the board. But after in the analysis, I can show I calculated this, I calculated that, but it does not help for the result. Knight c6, a4. Okay, where he is trying to create some. We see the evolution, but doesn't like it. But those are the moves that practically are posing some problems to the opponent. You don't give him chance to stabilize. A4, a5 is in the air. Let's go.
Yeah, no, this is the move. This is correct. From a match point of view, forget the objective evaluation, forget the objectively best moves. It's all about putting your opponent under practical pressure. And a4, so let's see. So a5 is so king b8, but already king b8, you go a5.
Yeah, and then will Levon play knight d5?
Ah, sorry, I only saw knight c8 actually.
Maybe he will play simply knight d5.
Yes.
But okay, yeah, he goes knight d5. Yeah, this is the problem. Because if you have to move back to c8, then of course white will be very happy.
Knight d5 on the board. Okay, well, there's nothing to lose. So, do you take or do you just go bishop g2 immediately?
Well, bishop g2 runs into knight f4. Be careful. That hurts.
We have to take first.
Yeah, we have to take. But of course, yeah, it opens up things. Yeah, knight d5, e d5. Then already we probably have to take rook d5.
I'm not sure. I didn't want to take it, actually. I wanted to just go bishop g2 here.
Just bishop g2. All right.
Just
so, but some f takes g5 and then some queen f4 check, bishop f5 check, black might take over, yeah?
But I'm defending f2. Okay, I play knight takes g5.
Okay, queen f4 check.
No fear, king b1.
Okay, bishop f5 check.
You're going to c3 me, aren't you?
Well, c3 I can also just take on d6 maybe. I mean, I'm pawn up. And...
Wait, there's knight f7 at the end. You don't care.
Okay, I mean...
King a1.
With this king, I mean, I feel like, okay, as you said, yeah, c3 might just win. I don't know.
c3 might just win. That's the real problem.
Yeah.
I have to go b3, but it's wrong.
Yeah, no, very opted for bishop takes d4. He has to go for bishop takes d4. Practically speaking, I mean, any move which gives black counterplay like knight d5 ed and then f takes g5, where he does not even want to consider. Rightly so, he goes on to take on c4. We are expecting now knight takes c3, bc, rook c8, or some f takes g5. F takes g5 is again a possibility. And you remember we were talking about this, that should white include gf, yeah, there was a chance. And exactly in these lines, we see that if it would have been included, white would benefit from the situation. So takes bishop b3. I mean, rook c8, bishop b3. So luckily after knight e5, white can take knight takes e5. That's the trick. Rook takes e5, knight takes f7. Okay, where he probably is thinking like, give me one more move, please. Just one little move, king b2, and I'm gonna fight. Will Levon be able to punish him just in time for not being able to stabilize?
How though?
Yeah, that's the big question. I mean, the bishop on b3 is a wonderful piece. For example, now we see the difference, like fg5, knight g5, queen f4 check is doing no big harm. White can just play king b2 and everything is kind of protected. And Levon, queen h5, wow.
Queen h5?
Targeting the knight. I didn't see that coming at all.
Rook d3, okay.
And now maybe just e5, or can he now play no knight e5, knight takes e5? Okay, we have.
Oh, rook c5, knight e7. That's cute.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, this and a fork wins the game for white. So
and a million pieces.
Be careful. Rook d3, a nice little touch. The big question: if black plays e5, then what do we do? Because it stops, I mean, it threatens e4, it opens up all kinds of knight d4s, bishop f5s. I mean, how do we react to e5?
I actually don't know. I mean, it's on the board.
On the board, yeah. This e5.
No, this is a very nasty move.
Hurts big time. And that's why queen h5 was so important, because it moved away from the diagonal. Wonderful play by Levon. And still 10 minutes. I mean, how does he do this? I mean, this is we were talking about this, that Levon doesn't seem to be in his absolute best shape, and he doesn't seem to play so incredibly precise and creative as usually. But I mean, when I see this time management and the moves, the effectiveness of his moves and decisions is just unbelievable.
It really is. It's incredible how talented he is. Just an unbelievable talent, basically.
And also finding this mix, yeah, of playing quickly but making good moves and reasonable moves. Very, I mean, just very, very tough to. I noticed, because he was playing in the first tour and probably also in the second some games with Grishchuk. And Grishchuk was playing some incredible games, you know, this usual putting all his energy and playing very, very deep chess. Levon was, you know, always way up on the clock, was doing sensible things, and always in the time pressure of Grishchuk then punished him. Yeah, always this time management. I have noticed it from Levon. Knight d2. Also, the queen might enter at some point to e2. For example, queen e2. How do you react to it? Okay, maybe queen e2 is not even necessary, because we might have something better. Knight d4 is also possible, but queen e2 looks very, very charming.
I thought the main move is to go knight d4, but
yes, okay. If knight d4 wins, it's fantastic. If it does not win, I'm not sure that I want to hurry with it. Yeah, because for example, after queen e2, I just want to see how is white protecting this rook on
bishop
d3.
c4. Then knight d4. No,
yeah,
then
I mean, we still have this knight jump in the pocket.
Yeah, but there's knight takes a5 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you can't play queen e3 because you lose the pawn. I mean, Levon is spoiled with a big choice here. Probably both moves are very, very good.
Levon can feel it. He can smell it. He's so close. Is he going to finish the job finally? Or is Wei Yi going to have the luckiest of escapes? He is just not quite.
No, but actually, even if he escapes, he loses the match. Yeah, he needs to win at all costs.
No, he needs to. Knight d4 on the board.
Yeah, knight d4 on the board. It's very nice. Queen e2 can still come afterwards as well. All right, white will have some bishop d5 idea, trying to create some mating threats, which will be parried by bishop c6, of course. Yeah, and many times, people don't understand and always say that why these big players have so much respect for each other. Why don't we see some aggressive approach and so on? Well, here is your answer. Yeah, that Wei knew that he needs to go all in the first game with white. He was playing very aggressively, got worse, and had to defend. And now in this game also he got very aggressive, and then Levon very, very calmly, nicely reacted and puts him under pressure on the highest level. Those big aggressive intentions usually backfire. Yeah, these guys have such a class that if you give them a chance to show their class, they will. That's why everybody is trying not to attack like this the opponent. Just slowly build up the pressure and then hope to slowly outplay the opponent.
Nasty position for Wei Yi. He's still alive. It's random enough for it to still be. He's clearly in bad shape. He's clearly worse or losing or whatever you want to call it. But there are different kinds of worse and different kinds of losing, and this is losing with a chance.
Exactly. There is still some hope for some miracle. The only problem is I don't even know what happens if black just plays like queen e2 and then takes on f2, for example. Just the most primitive, queen e2 on the board.
Yeah, queen e2 is a nasty shot, actually. Bishop d5?
Yeah, bishop d5, bishop c6.
c6, simply.
Just
none of the tactics work, huh?
Yeah, well, in such position, I always believe that the tactic will, bishop d5 on the board, we're going to see bishop c6. It's always perhaps for the stronger side, and I feel like now clearly black is the stronger side.
Okay, so let's say we take, he goes rook takes.
Yeah, rook takes, yeah.
Okay, now what are we doing with this rook? This is the problem. Garbage position. Rook h3.
Exactly. I knew that it's gonna come. It's the only move.
It's actually a good move, because you defend c3, you overprotect c3, and at least.
Well, and without the move, you would have to design, so you were forced to find it.
Because rook e3, queen takes. Yeah, it's just. Okay.
But still, it feels losing. For example, queen e1 check, king b2, queen d1. Isn't it checkmate? Oh, now you take rook d4. There you go, and you get a game.
There you go.
Takes, but okay, even here rook d8 should be clearly better for black. Okay, we got to see. Very down to less than 2 minutes. Bishop c6. How does he deal with this situation? There is the temptation of trying to play some d7, but the rook is hanging. We can't do that. And besides, bishop takes c6, I can even capture with the knight. It's also possible. And the rook is hanging, queen is hanging, the pawn is targeted.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's actually lost. The position.
It's bad news, yeah.
Yeah. What kind of move can he find?
He's trying his hardest to. 1 minute, Wei Yi. 1 minute away from losing the final. By the way, losing the final without winning a game, huh?
Yeah, he had his chances.
Yes.
So it was not like he didn't have chance in the match. No, he had many chances, and that's it. Where he resigns, there's just nothing to play for.
That is it. Levon Aronian, the winner of the FTX Road to Miami tournament. He takes home $25,000 plus what he won in the preliminary stage, probably in the region of $35,000. Wei Yi, it was just too much of a task today. It really hurt him yesterday losing that match. I think if he managed not to lose game 4, if he managed to tie the match, today would have been totally different. Would have been different openings, different approach. Wouldn't have had to go crazy, but he felt like he needed to try some stuff. It didn't work out. You have to say congratulations to Levon though for incredible resilience and resourcefulness. So, who are we going to get in Miami? Well, here is your list. Ding Liren, winner of the Chessable Masters. Pragnananda on his way to sunny Miami. Wow, he'll love it out there. Aronian, of course. Wei Yi, as we've just seen. Magnus Carlsen and Duda from the tour standings. And then we've got 2 wildcard spots. Now, I don't know exactly when those spots are going to be decided, but we will, of course, keep you informed. Tour standings, Magnus Carlsen winning $106,500 so far. Duda, $73,000. Pragnananda with a healthy $61,000. Liam Lequang, $54,000. Dingler in $50,000. Anish Giri also. Mamajara, $43,000. Van Forest, $38,000. Aronian with actually a very surprising amount, $35,000. And that's mostly from this tournament, as is Wei Yi. So Aronian and Wei Yi not being able to score. But I guess this will be a relief for Levon. It's been a while since he's won a tournament. It feels good to win a tournament. Of course, he didn't play his absolute maximum cleanest chess, but just that last game shows even a Levon Aronian in 4th gear, not 5th gear, is a huge challenge for anybody. There you have it. Peter, wow. We've been spoiled these past 8 days. Remember, it's not just been this final. We've been here right from the start, the preliminaries all the way here. We've seen some absolutely gorgeous chess. We've seen some inspiring chess. We've seen some really impressive stuff from especially the youngsters. Sevian, Erigashi, Jeffrey Zhong, these names all stand out in their great performance in the preliminaries. But experience does count for something. Levon Aronian, the winner of this tournament. Peter, it's been an absolute pleasure. Any closing thoughts or words before we log off?
Yeah, well, you have already mentioned many key points. The youngsters were just amazing. I mean, if we think back that Erigaisi was very close of knocking out Levon Aronian, who after went on to win the event. I mean, it just shows that how close the fights were, and also Sevian with this incredible preliminaries after this dramatic match loss to Wei. We also have seen some incredible play by Duda and Rapport, reaching then the semifinals, but then running out of steam. Yeah, it was clear that they suddenly got way too exhausted by reaching that stage, and they did not put up the resistance, or they couldn't show their really best. I mean, we know what they are capable of. And then Levon, yeah, in the final, the very first day, yesterday, it was very close. Yeah, I really feel for Wei, because he will be, thinking about this, that how did I miss those chances? If I would have used them, I would have been today in this wonderful position that let Levon go crazy. I don't think Levon would have. I mean, Levon with his experience, I think we would have navigated it much better. But yeah, this is where experience counts. And Wei was super aggressive, but playing super aggressive against Levon, I mean, it's like a boomerang effect. And Levon, okay, just showing his true class, went on to win today very convincingly. And congratulations to him. Wonderful victory.
Absolutely. Agree with everything you say there, Peter. Wei Yi will be ruining his chances more yesterday than today. But even today, the first game, losing that rook ending, he should never be losing that. Remember, he only needs to just win one game and hold the rest. So He didn't have to go on crazy, and it felt like he was pushing. I don't really know what he wanted to do in that first game. There were so many ways quickly just to liquidate and go to the next game. And after that, it really was an uphill task. I want to thank everybody for tuning in over these past 8 days. It's been really wonderful. And thanks everybody who has also decided to, firstly, become a premium member. 40% off. The offer is still on. Use the code Road to Miami for 40% off. And for everybody who's created an FTX account also, make sure you do that. Everybody who's visited the wall, the new page on chess24.com, leave a comment, interact, solve puzzles, win prizes. And if you've got that starters pack, go and get that as well. chess24.com/free for your starters pack. Free tuition by Rudolph Williams and Naroditsky. There you have it. We know 2 more people going to Miami in a month's time. There are still 2 wildcards. I'm very curious who's going to be chosen for those wildcards, Peter. I don't know if you have any information on that, on the 7th and 8th wildcard spots. Do you know who gets chosen for these things, or is it?
No, I actually have no idea. I think there are many very interesting candidates. I mean, I'm definitely not involved with that. One thing is for sure, we're gonna have hell of an event in Miami, and everyone who will get the chance to play there will be super excited and motivated, because that's gonna be the next major, the very big event of the tour. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, huge event in a month's time. Make sure you rejoin us for that. We'll be giving you all the coverage, of course. I think that's about it. Again, huge thanks to everybody who's been watching. Your support and your words of encouragement mean a lot, and we've gotten a lot of positive feedback this event. So that's us officially signing off. Remember, Chess24, we've got tons of stuff going on. Keep Chess24 visible in your news feeds, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is that you use, Instagram, with lots of updates, lots of things going on in the next few weeks, lots of ideas and new activities. So do keep your eyes peeled and make sure to become that premium member. That really is it. Huge thanks also to Satiris, our producer. Without him, none of this is possible. For always just as professional as you can be. So thank you to Satiris, and we'll see you on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and play lots of chess on Chess24. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Air quality isn't the first thing that comes to mind when you think about chess and esports, but it affects our focus, decision-making, health, sleep, and more. What's in the air you breathe? Find out with Air Things.